Bruce Nick, what time did you get home yesterday?
Right about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my!
Easy drive.
Yeah, that wasn't all that. What was that? Like 3.5 for you?
Welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Polling. We have an exciting show lined up for you tonight. Our first guest tonight is going to be the West Central FFA Alumni poll. Our good friends, well, Corey Moore is a good friend. Kevin happens to be married to Corey, but we put up with Kevin because of Corey. But we all know the Little Red Hooker, the world-famous diesel mini rod compact. I don't even know what class to call that thing, but Kevin has his heart and soul, him and Corey, into growing that class across their nation. We'll talk about that a little bit, how they did down there in Mountain City. From left to right on the screen, I got Stephanie, and she's a teacher, so let's be nice, try to behave. And then Dan is in the middle, and then Zane, and they are with the West Central FFA Alumni Truck and Tractor Poll this Saturday, Oquawka, Illinois. Below them, Ryan Roos-Sink, the world famous for top button pusher, and Cody, his cohort, kind of like a second cousin, third brother kind of a thing. It's like an Alabama thing. I'll explain it later into the show, but he's another one of them button pushers. So welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Polling. I'm excited because I get to go to Oquawka, Illinois this week. I get to see Corey and Kevin, and Kevin's mom always makes me supper. And I get to talk on the microphone a little bit, shoot some video, and it's going to be a good time. So Zane, Stephanie, Dan, who wants to start first? Let's talk about the purpose of your guys' poll this Saturday in Oquawka.
I can start. So the purpose of our poll, we started out, the alumni, basically the poll originated from something that started before I was born. You know, a bunch of local farmers and local FFA kids wanted to play. And, you know, it kind of turned into something. And then, you know, our FFA alumni got a lot more involved around the time frame that I was in high school, which would have been about 12 years ago. And now here we are, just the last year or two. A good friend of mine, John Johnson, has kind of handed this off more for me to be in charge of. And I guess the purpose of this is to raise money for our alumni chapter, essentially so we can take the funding that we get from it. Now, it's a free admission show, so basically the only money we raise is through sponsorships and through food tent sales. So basically our goal is to be able to provide any and every kind of opportunity to these students that we possibly can. Whether that be trips across the nation to see different things, to be a part of different leadership conferences, and we like to provide, you know, any kind of equipment or facilities that we can that the school might not be able to fund solely by themselves. So essentially, it's me and another group of FFA alumni that we really want to give these kids every opportunity that we possibly can. You know, maybe because we didn't get the opportunity, and we see it now as adults. We're like, hey, you kids have got an awesome opportunity here. Let's strive for that.
That's awesome. I can't stress how important FFA is. If you're watching the show right now and you were in FFA in high school or you're still part of your alumni poll, please let us know what town, what city, what state you're watching from tonight, because that'd be kind of fun to do that. You know, we see, Zane, we see a lot of polls, you know, put on by FFA alumni or the Future Farmers of America, different things like that pointed through. And then like at Louisville every year at the National Farm Machinery Show, there's always a big contingent of kids down there. And it's fun to see them cruise around in their blue coats and hanging out together, kind of like a little groupies, I like to call them. And it's a lot of fun. But I got to go to your poll in Oquawka. And no offense, I never would have heard of Oquawka in my life, wasn't for my good friends Kevin and Corey. And I had a blast at your event a couple years ago. I think it might have even been before COVID maybe it's been 4 or 5 years since I've been down there. Time flies when you're having fun and you do too much stuff. But your event is 2 tracks. I could not believe the crowd, Zane. It was freaking unreal. And the free admission obviously helps. Kudos to you guys for doing that. Like, do you remember whose idea it was to do the free admission and go out and get the sponsorship and all that stuff?
John Johnson.
I would say that we probably owe that to John Johnson. I mean, he's been, in the last couple of years, he's kind of taken a little bit of a step back for various reasons of his own. But no, I mean, he's been a major front runner, still a very major supporter for us. He was actually my vice president for quite a while, and he just he's a thinker. He's up from midnight or 1 a.m. until whatever time he decides he wants to go to sleep. He's always running. He's always thinking. I mean, if I wake up at 5 a.m. to a missed phone call, 90% of the time I can guarantee it's John Johnson with a wild idea. In regards to our tractor pull or something for the FFA alumni. He's been awesome.
You always got to have somebody with a wild idea. That's really important. That's really important there. Stephanie, how long have you been teaching is it Oquawka High, or am I saying it right?
So our high school is actually in Biggsville. We're a result of a consolidation. So we're West Central High School, just outside of Biggsville. And this will be my 2nd year at West Central High School. So this is my 2nd poll. It was kind of baptism by fire the first year last year. Loved every minute of it, though. The kids are awesome. The alumni are fantastic. I feel like it's such an awesome testament to how much our community loves these kids and loves this program. So I love seeing all that come together. So I'm really excited for year 2.
Awesome. And Dane, it says, tell your story, Dane. So proud of you, FFA proud. Is that you in the middle? I thought your name was Dan.
Yeah, that's me, Dane.
Oh, Dane. Well, tell us your story, Dane. Tell us your story.
Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, guess who her teaching partner was this past year? Tiffany McCullough.
Really?
Yeah. Tiffany was down here, taught in Monmouth. Actually, she just went home. She's going up towards Tomah to teach.
Wow.
But her and Steph were together last year, Steph? 2 years ago. 2 years ago at United High School, and they were teaching together.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is, what a small world.
Yeah, exactly.
What a small world. Well, Dane, tell us your story, Dane.
Well, I was all I've really grown up in is FFA. My dad's the ag teacher for 17 years. And he's kind of helped, I guess, grow the whole.
Kevin, the fucking horse.
I watched Zane be one of our past officers, and kind of grew up watching him and his brother and past officers and presidents. So I guess I've always known, what right and wrong is, and have any questions, I guess always go to her and my dad. But I guess our alumni are backing. I guess they help us with everything we ever need. They send us on trips. They give us money. It's in the works right now, greenhouse, but they're our backing on that. They're trying to help us get all of our kids involved with in livestock, with plants, or something with fodder systems or engineering, woodworking, anything. They're here for us and trying to get us more involved, as we need more people involved, more hands-on workers, and to try to make us better people and make us hardworking adults. I guess we need more of those and more leaders. And look, Zane was our FFA president, I was our alumni president, so I guess we definitely grew a leader there.
I don't know whether that makes me smarter or not.
I'm definitely smarter.
I've stuck with it for an extra 10 years.
Yeah.
I think we should start a poll on Facebook right now to see if Zane, how do you want this question to be? If you're an idiot or not?
As long as you keep my wife out of it, we'll be all right.
Is Zane Torrance an idiot? I'll just put that up there on the screen. Is Zane Torrance an idiot or not? So.
Hey, his wife is actually from Wisconsin.
Good. She's a good girl.
Does that help his case or hurt it?
Well, it depends.
Coming from an Iowa guy.
Excuse me? Michigan, born and raised, buddy.
all the men in her family are twice my size, and their beards are 3 times longer, and I think they can drink 4 times the amount of beer that I can.
Holy shit, Ryan! He might be related to you.
I can't pound that many beers. That's
No,
why I
but you're
drink
one
bourbon.
big size with a beard.
Dane, what are the kids doing this Saturday before the pull in Knoxville?
Our Section 4 fair, like all the schools around us, I guess we have like not like a county fair, but a competition between all the schools. We'll have plants and livestock and woodworking and stuff, and all the kids will bring their livestock and we'll compete against each other. I'll be there showing lambs, calves, and goats, as with many of my fellow officers will be there, pretty much our whole officer team. But we're going to be very involved. We try to be involved with everything that we can be. And so it's going to be a busy day Saturday, but hopefully a very successful day with our shows and livestock and our tractor pull. That's the big thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the organization it takes, Stephanie, to put something like this together with the kids and the pull, that's really got to rally everybody. How do you corral all of them together into an event like this? So.
I tell you what, some days it's kind of like herding cats, but overall, I gotta say, I have to give so much credit to our alumni. I mean, we've got full-time hardworking people that are just trying to give back to our program, and so I always love to give a huge shout out to them for all the work they do to get ready for our poll. They're busy doing full-time jobs, and they are going out soliciting for sponsorships. They are making our poll list. They are helping us design t-shirts, everything all the time, and they're so good about getting the kids involved. So it's such a group effort that you'll hear me say that again and again, but I truly feel like that's the best part of this event is it's everybody coming together for such a great cause. And at the end of the day, we have a great time over it.
No, absolutely.
I really thought she was going to say a hot shot there for a minute.
Sometimes.
West Central FFA Alumni Truck and Tractor Pull this Saturday, July 1st, Oquawka, Illinois. What is the mascot of West Central School?
We're the Heat. Not the Flame, the Heat.
Do you have a costume? Do you have a mascot?
We do not.
Kevin, can you get me Kevin or Corey, can you get me something to wear on Saturday?
Yeah,
I have a panda.
You get Kevin talking about the hooker enough, and you see the flames coming out the top of his head. That's pretty close.
All right.
I'm surprised Kevin doesn't have a little red hooker outfit like on the side shields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about stuff that didn't land.
Heavy. Yeah.
Heavy boop.
You didn't hear that, but he called us a-holes.
Who, Kevin did?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he didn't like Kevy Boop.
He's behind
Kevin
the scenes.
insulting some. This is in other news. Water is wet.
Zane, we got Kevin figured out already, Zane, so you don't have to stick up for him. It's all good. It's all good. Truck and tractor pull starts this Friday at 5 o'clock. Zane or Dane or Steph, who knows more about the polling classes with TSPA? Is that Twin States or who? What's TSPA?
Got in years past we've had the UPA and the IFPA, and this year I guess we've just kind of wanted to, we like to change it up try to change it up in ways every year, and I know that the Twin States and the IFPA boys, they get along. And I know like the Twin States have they have 5 or 6 classes that are.
Dane or Steph, who knows more about the polling classes? What T States have they have 5 or 6 classes that are. Dane or Steph, who knows more about the polling classes? What T States have. Is somebody watching the show in the garage there?
Are you watching the film behind us? Because it's eating over. Damn it, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, turn off your iPad.
Yeah, thanks.
Give him a keystone and tell him to go outside. So
I don't have to
reason,
give him a keystone. He's got
But
3 of them.
hold on, Matt. For some reason, I walked over the top of them.
No, so we've got the Illinois Farm Pullers Association and the Twin States Pullers Association. We've got both of them this year. It'll be a full IFPA show, And then basically, I think 8 classes from Twin States, including some of their 2-wheel drive trucks, a little bit hotter tractor class.
We're running light supers.
I believe.
We're going to see the new light super out of Aledo, Illinois this weekend.
Okay, yeah, Kevin tells me we're going to see the new light super out of Aledo, Illinois this weekend. News to me, that's awesome.
Yeah. One mean farmer.
But then, and then after the Twin States and the IFPA show, we're going to have a couple memorial classes that'll be Calcutta classes in memory of a local guy that was a huge supporter to us by the name of Jeff Purchase. And in that, we'll have basically a farm stock class, which will literally be out of the field farm tractors. And then the other class that's new this year is a front wheel assist class with a 30,000-pound weight limit. Duals are allowed, but like no obnoxious concrete weight blocks or anything dumb. I mean, it's got to be an out of the field class.
I love it. That is going to be a hoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
who's your auctioneer?
Because that's going to tear the crap out of my track, but that's okay.
Do it at the end.
Yep.
Zane, who's your auctioneer for the Calcutta?
Yeah, who's your auctioneer?
I'd have to talk to a couple of the guys that are putting the memorial classes on together, but who do you guys have any recommendations on an auctioneer?
100%. You make a phone call to Matt Hart.
Matt Hart, okay. I was thinking maybe Jason Schultz.
I can talk fast, but not Matt. Matt makes me look like a clown. Well, I am a clown, but he makes me look like a bigger clown, so it's all good.
Matt has he's a tremendously talented auctioneer. He loves tractor pulling. He announces for ISP.
Yep.
And if he's not on the mic, on Saturday, I would imagine that he would drop what he was doing to come down and help you guys out. He's got a pretty big heart.
Where's he from, Ryan?
Northern Illinois somewhere. I can't remember where.
Wherever they do those belt sander races.
So up around they're Rockford area.
Yeah.
Right in there.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah.
You drive north till you hear banjos, belt sanders taking off down a track. Yeah, okay.
Dane Giddings auctioneer. I'm getting a vote for Dane Giddings auctioneer. So.
Last year we had a local guy by the name of Kurt McChesney who owns Happy Hour Securities and Tri-State Irrigation. He's one of our gold sponsors and major supporters, and he's actually been more than happy to get up an auctioneer for us in the past. I imagine he's probably lined up to do that again this year. But
nice.
He's like me. The more of these corn cans that he drinks, the faster he talks and the better he is. So
perfect.
We know a few of these guys.
We know a few auctioneers like that.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to come down this Saturday and help out, shoot some video, yak on the mic a little bit, do some promotion. Roos, wrap up with your questions for our distinguished panel of guests, Zane, Dane, and Stephanie.
No, I'm gonna ask two. How long have you guys been doing this again? Tell me one more time.
For the record that we're going off of, this is the 12th annual.
Okay, and
so it's actually closer to almost 30 years that this tractor pull originally started in about 1984, but it never really got recorded until the past 12 years.
So, and it's been 12 years basically that you guys have been going out and having the kids. Do I understand this right? Having the kids hit up for the sponsors?
A lot of it. About 5 years ago was the year that we really, it would have been right before COVID, but about 5 years ago, there was a bunch of us guys that really, it got really, really wound up. We turned a town of 1,600 people into almost 7,000. Mm-hmm. Jerry Thompson was here with Hellraiser. we did some pretty wild stuff. Zane was involved at that time. We actually shut down the Subway at noon because they were completely out of food. But we wrote the
Gas stations were out of beer.
the gas stations. Both gas stations completely ran out of beer.
We've got 2 gas stations 3 blocks away, and they're almost guaranteed every year, no matter how far they stock everything, they run out of ice and beer the day of this event.
Nice.
And that year when we left that night, these kids got wrote a check for $44,000
Nice work.
with no gate. There is no gate at this event, and we do not sell beer. So we had a lot of sponsors really stepped up that year. I mean, it's not been that good since, just because things are not that good right now.
COVID hit us pretty hard the last couple of years, but this year, I feel like this is our year to make a comeback. And I feel like through sponsorship already, I feel like the support is kind of, I feel like there's kind of been a turn of things, and I feel like we're kind of making strides to get back on track. So
what's the key to getting let's say getting the kids motivated to get out there and, for lack of a better term, knock on doors and send texts and make phone calls?
To go places.
I think a lot of it is talking to the kids before them and seeing the things that they experience. One of the big ones and one of the more costly ones, and it gets more costly every year, is that we send a group of kids to a Washington Leadership Conference, which is, I went on that 10 years ago when I was in high school, and, seeing like the things that I saw out there. I mean, like, now I'm like, 10 years later, I'm like, I'll never make it back to Washington, D.C. I'll never make it back to Gettysburg. I can't afford that. But like, seeing that in high school was just like it was very real. It's like, you've sat through these high school and middle school history classes, and you learned all this stuff, and you hear about all these things, and then like you actually go get to experience that and like see all these places. It's just it's a very humbling experience, to be able to go out there, all expenses paid. It's just awesome. And then on top of everything else, through some of the trips that I took when I was in the FFA, I still have lifelong friends from that I talk to weekly or monthly.
So kind of reading in between the lines, since this is a different situation than, let's say, Jesse Guy's Junction Town Showdown that's happening out here this weekend in Iowa, where it's not. I know that the money will end up in the community somehow, but it's not an FFA fundraiser. What it sounds like to me is that the way you guys motivate these kids to do this is uniting in a common goal and letting them know, and kind of balancing the carrot in front of the horse and the rallying around a cause. Like the carrot being that, look, if we can get a big enough check, ain't none of you guys going to have to fundraise on your own so you can go to Washington on the trip. And the other part being rallying around a common goal being, betterment of, getting our operating budget or being able to do more for the community that way.
Yeah, now, like pictures that Jason's scrolling through right now, that's kind of like our that is our auction that we have every year, and that's kind of our fundraiser for our fundraiser. Like we get local businesses to donate and local families to donate things to our auction that we have. We have a live auction. We have Rob Jansen come in, do that for us. He does it professionally. We do it at the barn at Fairview Acres and just outside of Biggsville, Illinois. We have a big auction there. We generally draw in enough money and then some by a little bit to basically fund this event on top of like all of our sponsorships. I mean, by the time it's all said and done, we end up sitting okay as far as expenses prior to the auction. And then, like our food tent sales, as long as we can go from there, and, we can get people there, get them buying sandwiches and everything else. I don't care if they bring their own beer. I'm not going to sell them that, but T-shirts. We sell a bunch of T-shirts, sell a bunch of sandwiches. Local fire department comes and does all the grilling for us, and we slide them a little bit, for support. And we try to run this thing as hard as we can and make as much money as we possibly can.
I love
And
it.
it all back to these kids right here.
I love it.
Open pits, 5 o'clock start. What time can people show up to walk through the pits?
Noon.
Noon.
There'll be guys here by 11 o'clock that morning, and it just keeps getting busier and busier.
And Kevin, you're giving a guided tour through the pits starting at noon.
You
Is that
betcha.
right?
And
And if anybody, if older folks want to come, we'll take care of that. If we've got some kids that are handicapped, we'll take care of that. All we need to know is we just need to know.
Awesome. Awesome.
bleachers set aside.
Steph, Dane, Zane. I like how I said that. Steph, Dane, and Zane. I'll see you this Saturday in Oquawka, Illinois. Thanks for coming on the show tonight. Thank you for being part of FFA. That's huge. And thank you for putting up with Kevin Moore. I know he's kind of a pain in the butt, but he's got a huge heart. He's not very tall. He's a little mouthy.
Awesome.
But he's a great guy. He's a great guy, and I love him. I'd do anything for him. So I'll see you Saturday, guys.
All right, man. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. I'll be waiting for you at the gate, buddy.
I'll be there. See you guys.
Thanks.
See you guys.
That's good stuff. FFA stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Shane Hunt, how's your internet there, kiddo?
Hey, what's going on, Jace?
Are you sitting in a skid steer?
No, it's a.
No, I'm in a Kubota RTV. Hang on, I've got a helicopter. We have
Wow,
helicopter tours.
You're
Yeah,
bringing
we have
all up for
helicopter
them.
tours going on. Yeah, but
Why are you not in the helicopter then?
because phone service out here has been spotty all night for some reason. Don't really know why. But let's talk some pulling.
Western Kentucky State Fair this Friday, June 30th, Saturday, July 1st. Polls time 7 p.m. Mid-South Pullers, part of the Pro Pulling League. We have the great Shane Hunt with us, a friend of the Beer Money Pulling team. And this guy loves pulling as much as we do. And he's got a beautiful, beautiful light diesel super stock on there, the light trouble. That picture looks like it might have been taken in Nashville, Illinois.
It was.
Pretty sure of it.
Kenneth was up there running, representing Mid-South pretty well, getting fan voted in. And I think he came away with either second or third overall for the weekend up there, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
We are
So-
super excited for this weekend. Everything starts on Thursday. We have farm stock night on Thursday.
Okay, talk
for,
about that a little bit, because I think that's something that we miss sometimes, Shane, is like we always talk about the big pull Friday night and Saturday night, but a lot of times there's a local pull Thursday night or Sunday or something like that. So let's go through that a little bit.
Yeah. Thursday night, we have got, I think I counted up 13 or 14 classes total.
Wow.
And we will have people from all over the place. And I'm going to go ahead and give odds to my northern group, Maston, Graves, Hassler. Come on down. Maston, you can bring your super farm since we run Friday and Saturday. But we've got 10,000, 6, 8, and 12 mile an hour, 12,000, 6, 8, and 12, 13,500, 6, 8, and 12, 15,000, 12 mile per hour, 8,000, 12 mile per hour, 22,000 pound, 12 mile an hour, 24,000, 12, 28,000 pound open speed, 32,000 open speed, and then 10, 13,500, and 15,000 all open classes on Thursday. And that's just Thursday night before we get into the big show on Friday and Saturday.
That's awesome. Now the Western
I
Kentucky
think 32,000 pounds is the heaviest pulling class I've ever heard of.
Yep. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, though. It is a lot of fun to watch. I will say that for sure.
Does H&R have anything in that class, Shane?
In that class, probably not. No. I don't think any of our group will be in there on Thursday. I know Friday we will be, Friday and Saturday. We're expecting a lot of good numbers for our show on Friday and Saturday. I've been talking to some of the light limited super stock guys, and if my numbers are right, we could have around 24 light limited supers if they all show up.
Wow. But that's
Powell,
light limited super stock land down there where you're from, right? In Hopkinsville?
Yeah, between here and the other side of the state, it's really big. Battle of Bluegrass doesn't have a hook that weekend. I think TNT has a hook on Saturday in Temple Hill, Kentucky. But I think the majority of the guys will come here, and I think they'll stay. Just from the guys that I've talked to, Travis Gordon said he might be making the trip. Demi Barger's coming. Phillips is coming. Lindsey Moore with Old Rags had originally told me he was coming, and it's just I'm really looking forward to that class in particular. But I mean, we have Pro Stocks, 8,000 Super Stock tractors. I mean, you name it, pretty well in the high level power of things, we have it.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's do you guys get started? I feel like sooner than we do up here in the north. How many mid-south points polls have you had so far this year, Shane?
I think we're into number 4 now because we kicked off our season in March in Hammond, Louisiana.
Okay.
Down there, and then we went to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I missed that one. I wasn't ready to go yet. And then Arbor, Tennessee, and Alabama was 2 weeks ago, and then Lexington, Tennessee was this past weekend.
How long has the poll been going on in Hopkinsville?
Is it? What did you say?
I think it's 73 years.
We think we're on our 73rd year here.
Whoa! What?
Wow! Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. We originally started out running 1 track, and then now we run 2. And
all 3 nights.
All 3 nights we're going to be running 2 tracks, I've been told. So I truly cannot wait for this year. I think we've got 6 Pro Stocks scheduled to make the trip right now, as long as one of them gets their motor back in time. And I'm super excited to get back on the track this year. I ran for the first time this past weekend for the season, and we'll see what we're going to be able to cook up this weekend.
Where'd you pull out this past weekend?
I went down to Lexington, Tennessee, just to get a pass underneath my belt. I mean, it's been since October since I drove, so I just want to make sure I was able to get all the bugs worked out before I hop back in the saddle again, see if we can't make a better shot at it this year than we did last year.
Good deal.
Did you remember which one's great? Did you remember
What's
which
that?
one's great? Which one's the clutch?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just checking.
Yeah. I had the front end come up and everything. We were in great shape.
Shane,
You
I
can call
can
him a
block
dick
Cody.
if you want, just on principle.
Hey, Shane, I can block Cody in if you want. If he gets mouthy, you just give me the nod and he can go away. I can put him in timeout. So
I'll call him later, give him grief. Don't worry.
Good. Bradley Sturgeon says, and Bradley's doing an awesome job with social media. He says, always a good time in Hot Town. I'll be trackside with some others covering the event. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Bradley there.
I think Thurston's coming. I think Bradley's coming. I think John Murray will be here. And if I'm not mistaken, you're sending Kinsey down here too, aren't you?
Correct.
Sweet. Yeah.
The Beer Money polling team will be representing. So
yeah, I think you guys are in for a really nice event down here, promoting it and everything. I mean, our super stock numbers are always good down here. And anybody that doesn't have a pool going on and you guys want to come pull, and I know it's a lot of vacation time, but come on down here and play, dude. We have a lot of fun. And we've had some of the names I've just pulled here in the past. Whenever Mid-South had a modified class, I think Bunnage was down here. Tony Seatsma's pulled here before years and years ago. Mike Wolhite and Light Supers. Phillips, all these years. I mean, there's just, the list goes on and on. Mastersons are potentially coming again this year. So it's going to be a stacked show no matter what. I suspect we're going to get over 100 hooks easily.
when Masterson showed up in Tomah, Shane, the whole freaking place, you could have heard a pin drop when the Masterson rig rolled in.
Yeah, that kind of messed up my fantasy pull-in league this weekend, too.
Oh, I love it.
I still got the win this weekend, but I didn't
deal.
have input for Friday.
Mackenzie says she can't wait to go. She's pumped.
Yeah, I'm more excited about this year than I have been in years past. I mean, especially promoting through you guys, hoping it'll draw even a few more people here than we've had in the past. All my Northern Light Limited Superstock guys from Shipshewana, you might have gotten Shipshewana indoors, but come on down to the hardest hooking track in the South. We'll sell the score for real.
I like it. A little throwdown there, Shane Hunt. I like it. I like it a lot.
I do, because I've heard about it nonstop since Shipshewana.
Is a Powell around?
Now you know, if you say that, they have every right to say, you all load up and get your asses to Wisconsin and we'll show you how it's done. And you have to support that too. Turnabout is fair
I know
play.
a couple of them go. I know a couple.
Yeah,
They're not afraid to travel down here. I know that for a fact.
73 years of polling in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. coming up this Friday and Saturday, the Western Kentucky State Fair. Shane Hunt's with us. Who's that? Is that Jason Powell off to your right, Shane?
Yeah, Jason's here off to my right-hand side.
Can we see Jason's face?
My phone. Hello.
Hey, Jason, how are you? Can you hear us okay, Jason?
Yeah.
How long have you been
Yeah,
involved with? How long have you been involved with the poll? And how much money do you get from the state of Kentucky to put up with Shane Hunt every month?
Well, that's priceless. That is. So, I've been
Is
involved.
that what that
I've been
is?
involved. Yeah. I've been involved with up here probably for 15 years or better.
Awesome. Now the Powell, are you like part of the Powell polling team? I feel like you guys are big time pullers.
No.
Nah, it's a different set.
No.
Different set? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not like him. I don't have all the money to do this with.
Hey, it's all good. I completely understand that very well.
Yeah. Oh man.
Shane, sleds, track building, talk about all that stuff. Who do you got for sleds?
Sled wise, I think we have Collier and Simpson's gonna be our 2 sleds this weekend. Or all 3 days actually. Simpson's coming for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday we've got both of them for all 3 days.
And Collier was here yesterday, actually.
Yeah, Collier was actually here yesterday for the antique pools, and then did he leave it or did he load it up and go?
His air conditioner went down. He took it on and work on it.
Well, I don't blame him there. Yeah. But Thursday night, I say, how many hooks did we have last year on Thursday?
Yeah. On the fall one, the one we have in the fall, it was like 120 to 130, something like that.
Yeah. Our farm stock one here in September did 120, 130 hooks, and I think, I don't want to say double it, but we'll get
we'll
200.
I'll say 150, 175.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be out here late. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
What's it like?
If you bring it, we'll hook it.
What's it like?
You bring.
Hold on. What's it like to have an event that's been going on for 73 years?
I mean, Hoptown's kind of gained that aura of being one of the spots that it seems like everybody goes to at least once. And I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I didn't realize they'd been going that long. I mean, my mom and dad back in the day, I mean, they used to be over the whole thing, best I can remember. I mean, mom's told me, and dad both have told me stories about how they would get sleds together and send invitations out to the pullers to come and everything. And you go into, I can't remember whose YouTube it is, but I mean, you'll see videos from the 1990s on there from Hopkinsville. I mean, it's a tradition here. It's been going on that long.
See, prior to this, they had another track you pulled on out in North Christian.
Did they really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, that's news to me.
I don't remember how many years it was. And the pools may not have been going for 73 years, but the fair's been going for 73 years. And from my understanding, it's been going on for 73 years. So
yeah.
If anybody has any questions about the Western Kentucky State Fair for Jason and Shane, please type them into the comments. Any sponsors or anybody else you want to thank, Shane or Jason, people that really helped put this all together?
That's on you, boss man.
Sponsors, Brad.
H&R Agri-Power is one of them. I can tell you that for a fact.
H&R
That company.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that company, they're suspect.
High County Stone, the Bureau, Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Yeah, Kentucky Farm Bureau.
I mean,
B&D Auto.
There's so many. So many people that we can have to put this thing on, man.
Little River Radiator. I mean, it just goes on and on. The sponsor to us.
Yeah, the list is as long as our leg. I mean,
so you know how at like a wedding they always ask the couple who's been married the longest. I'd be curious of who's attended the most polls. If it's been going for 73 years, I'd be curious of who's attended the most polls and how many that number is.
Are you having heavy, Mr. Payne? If you want to come and run 8,000 super stock, feel free, sir, and bring your buddy.
That's kind of a nice name to see pop up on the screen there, Shane. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little excited. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, this event, I mean, this is the closest you're going to get to a Grand National or Champions Tour hook without it being a Grand National or Champions Tour hook. We were a Region 6 hook here for NTPA for years. And I mean, those names traveled. Reisel came down here, ran 2-wheel drive points, Galloway, Payne, my brothers. I mean, we've had so many.
Bunch.
and we're really working on getting it back to that part. And we looked at the live stream for this year, but we decided not this year. We want to see how our numbers turned out.
As
You are
can tell,
running
the
heavy
Wi-Fi ain't
super.
that great.
Shane, you are running heavy supers though, right? Yeah.
We are.
Yep. I see 'em
8,000
right there
pound
on the
open.
poster. I want to make sure Kent and Sandy know that. So.
Yeah, they were talking about bringing Mr. Burge and Beck and Mr. Travis. I know you're watching. You've got a little while, and you can leave the trailer till Chapel Hill.
I'm coming down for Chapel Hill. So.
Are you really?
Yep. Chase Richardson. He's going to pay me some friendship dues that weekend. So.
I'm telling you now, bring every piece of dry fit clothing you have because it will be 99 with a humidity of 80% at minimum.
Nice. Sandy Payne says
It will
we
be that
were
hot.
there a few years back. It's a great place to go. Very hospitable. That southern love, Shane. That southern love.
Yeah.
Southern hospitality. So.
What else we have? Oh yeah, the Hartmans are coming this year too. I forgot to mention that they were coming. They've been here many times in the past.
Nice. You got a nice lineup of classes: super modified two-wheel drive trucks, super farm tractors, lightweight supers, light limited supers. That'll probably be your biggest class, like you said, for Friday night and Saturday night. 4.1s, 10 pros, pro stock four-wheel drive trucks. Ooh, you might have a lot of four-wheel drive. You have the super modified four-wheel drive trucks. I got to see those at Glencoe. That was fun. Pro stock diesel trucks, your 3.6, and then your heavy supers. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Good
That
stuff.
3.6 class is starting to look really stacked up too. Stoney Hargett's bringing all of his. I think Nathan Vegg's supposed to be making the trip. I haven't talked to him in a week or two, and I talked to Brady Ingram earlier last week. He said they would talk it over if they were going to make the trip or not. But I mean, we should have about 8 or 9 in that class alone.
Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So if I've never been to Hopkinsville and I'm a pulling fan, I'm a pulling spectator, give me a couple reasons why I should change my plans and head to Kentucky this weekend.
Good question. It's a great place to be. Everybody's friendly here.
I like
It is the hardest hooking track in the South.
It is that.
Honest
I
to
can
God,
testify to that.
Everybody
is
you
that
talk to wants to come pull.
Shane, is this where you went sideways last year?
Oh yeah.
I don't blame you for wanting to go get a hook last weekend, man. Totally understand.
Yep, and we were debating if we were going to make it or not. Me and Dad looked at each other on Thursday or Friday night and said, we don't know if we're going to make it at this point. But we did, and we did good.
Awesome.
Unveiled the new look on my TikTok this past Saturday.
Nice. Well, Ryan, ask one of your awesome promoter questions, and we're going to flip over to Chase and OJ, and we're going to start talking about full pull. Ryan?
Actually, I'm going to tell me about Shane. Tell me about what it takes to build sponsorship to keep a pole alive for 73 years. I'm sure that in the early days there was no sponsorship. It was just my tractor's got more guts than yours, and I'm going to show you. But at some point in time, sponsors started to come into the picture. What does it take to build a sponsorship relationship and keep coming back every year and asking them for money and having them give it to you?
I mean, a lot of it is, about everything we get from 90% of it, I'd say, was probably from ag stuff. And, it's a county fair, and, you go talk to them, you advertise for them, and they seem to like to give it.
They do. I mean, we couldn't do it without the support of them. I mean, all of our ag guys especially, and I mean, not even just our ag people's companies sponsor this. We have farmers themselves who
we have farmers that donate into it. Just about any bigger business in Hopkinsville or the surrounding counties, a lot of them gives money for it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And somebody else will need to give special thanks to also is AgriChem for a sponsorship.
Now that's a little bit of a callback too.
Well, I'm just saying we need to give us some recognition for that because they've got some guys that are helping us all week out here.
Ryan, have you heard that story?
No.
about how before AgriPower we had AgriChem.
Nope.
Yeah, that's where my grandfather started. He started selling chemicals out of AgriChem, and then we bought into part of H&R, and that's just how we started. And AgriChem's always been a big support. I mean,
Yeah. So I just thought about that. I thought I better throw that in there.
yeah, no, I forgot about that one actually. It's been so long.
We have a lot of support from the community, that's for certain.
We do. I mean, tomorrow night we have go-kart races going on out here. What's going on Wednesday?
Wednesday we're having the mini hot rods or whatever they are.
The garden guys.
They call them mini outlaws.
Yeah.
Is there an age limit for go-kart races?
I don't know that for certain.
I'm in the tractor pulling department, so I wouldn't know that one.
I'm in the tractor pulling department.
Wait, I saw a comment pop up from Nathan. What did Nathan say?
He just had googly eyes, like he should be there or not. He had googly eyes.
Hey, he should like it here. He won a session here last year. I think
he should like it a lot. Yeah, he should like it a lot. So
yeah. I'll be really. There's always a few surprises that show up too that we normally don't account for. That's another interesting part. You kind of pull into the parking lot like, well, what in the world are they doing here from Nebraska?
Well, this weekend
before.
Yeah, with this weekend, with no really, Grand National or Champions Tour, I don't know if Osceola has any Champions Tour classes, but I think you have a chance. Like, Kent and Sandy say, you know what? Let's just buzz down to Hoptown and make a hook, and Super Rooster shows up. That gets on social media, and a lot more people come Saturday night that maybe, holy cow, Paynes are there, Super Rooster's there. When Esden Lane came to Wisner, Nebraska a couple years ago, Shane, the internet went wild, and that was Bowling Green. You know what I mean?
I think so. I am certain about that.
Yeah, I remember that one because that kind of caught me off guard because I think we were all expecting him to be in Bowling Green.
I might see him in Louisville. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a great show. Everybody come on out, and all of you pullers that don't have any vacation plans or anything like that, you guys want to come pull, come on. We start Thursday night for farm stocks. You can get into the actual pull, like the pullers for Friday and Saturday. You can get in here on Thursday night, can't they? Yeah, pullers can get in here on Thursday night. Now we don't know where we might put you at first, but we'll get you a spot before the end of the night's over. We promise.
Awesome. Well, Shane, Jason, good luck this weekend. Thanks for coming on the show, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for promoting
it for us. Have a good night.
Thanks.
See you, fellas.
See you guys.
It's all good. It's what we do. All right, showing a video here that Full Pull made. So Chase and Olin are working with some amazing video people. The Sampley brothers, Cody and Ryan. These guys are legit. Like, I got to hang out with them in Tomah on Friday, and they made some awesome videos. I'm just showing some of that right now. The Sampley brothers, one of them's out of Florida, one of them's out of Kentucky, but they've been doing this for 12 years, and I've never seen. They're the ones who made the Mack trailer spot that we showed earlier. And they're good dudes, and it was good to see.
What did you say?
What's that, Cody?
The name? What was their name?
Sampley brothers.
Their name's Full Pull.
Like sample with a Y. Sampley.
Their name's Full Pull.
Oh, my bad. Their name's Full Pull. I forgot. I forgot about that, Chase. Sorry about that. So
what a great intro. I miss you, man.
I haven't seen you since Friday. You were mean to me all day, so I feel. I thought, but at least OJ got to come on, so that makes me happy. So
I have to help protect you, Jason, from the wrath of
somebody
Chase.
needs to do that. Yeah, somebody needs to do it. I'm not gonna.
Where's my background? Where's my OJ? Why do I not have that background?
I could only afford one.
Smart. You got to be smart enough to do it.
That's true. True words. True words.
It was beautiful footage, Jason. Like it's really cool to see it. I think any aerial footage is awesome, but it's really cool to see Tomah up from the sky, and it's just a great town and a great event.
OJ, can I want to put a scroller on the bottom, so like if somebody wanted, should they still go to fullpull.us, or should we wait a little bit on the app stuff? Do you know where we're at?
Yeah, well, yeah. So we typically, I mean, you can always go to fullpool.us. There's a place to sign up right now to follow us, and we're going to be posting or sending out emails so you know about our next events. We're going to try to do a lot of live in-person events as well as virtual events, and add what we can throughout the summer season. But the games itself. I think we announced this we announced this in Tomah. The next in-person event will be in Rock Valley at their Outlaw Pool, and we will we'll probably have the games live. Well, really, as soon as the lineups, Chase may know, as soon as the lineups get situated. So we're working with them, but hopefully Thursday, but definitely Friday before.
We'll announce the games next Monday, and then the participants will be announced as soon as lineups go public.
OJ, did you get a picture up there with Macho Man, Randy Savage, and Tomah? Did you see him on the announcer stand side?
You know, I saw him and I wanted to get a picture, but I was nervous. As you know, Jason, I haven't been in a lot of these things. I didn't want to get embarrassed. I didn't know if he was a regular, so I didn't want to embarrass myself.
So it's Shannon Nelson. He's the head tech official for the WTPA, the Wisconsin Tractor Pullers, and he's a mini rod puller. And you know how I feel about mini rod pullers.
Oh yeah,
they're a little bit different.
Oh,
and and he last year he was the Wonder Bread man. Roos, what movie is that with Days of Thunder? Ricky Bobby.
Talladega Nights.
He dressed it up as Ricky Bobby.
That's a top 5 motorsport movie of all time. You're losing your followers instantly with not knowing the name of that movie.
He knew the name of it. Jason, I'm defending Jason. Yeah. So he changes it up every
year.
Yeah, that's great.
He's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So OJ, this is your first big Grand National truck and tractor pull you went to, right?
It is.
So I mean, besides the full pull, I mean, just as a fan or just as a motorsport junkie or anything, what did you think of Tomah and just truck and tractor pulling in general?
I gotta admit, my family. So as you know, Jason, my uncle is involved. Chase's dad, Chase, is involved. They got my brother involved. I think he started 4 years ago. They always told me if I would give it a chance, I'd fall in love. And I'm not just saying it. It's adrenaline the whole time. It's a great crowd. It's the best people when they talk about it being the best fans. Like it's something that like everybody has. I'm excited. I didn't have my family with me. I'm excited to take my family. It's amazing. And Tomah's a great way to kick it off. I've heard great things about Tomah, but it's just, it's great people, lots of friendships, lots of history to the people that have been there. And then most importantly, of course, a lot of great competition. So I had a blast. I'm obviously hooked, no pun intended.
No, totally. Logan, behave. We're live on Facebook right now. Buddy. I need you to behave.
What's up?
A man that wears many hats. 1.2 million himself.
Russ Dostal, I was literally about full pull till I played it this weekend. I may become addicted. I love the games, Chase and OJ, that you guys rolled out with full pull. It was a lot of fun. And honestly, to go really do a soft launch like you did Thursday, about an hour and a half before the pull started, and you still had 1,000 players Thursday night. I emailed the link to Roos and Cody in our Let's Grow Polling live chat. I don't know if any of them played or not, but it was a lot of fun. And then like Friday when I was in the booth with you guys, to have fans come up and tell you that they played, or hey, what's this all about, or how do I get a free T-shirt? OJ, Chase, if one of you guys want to talk about really how you represented full pull, and then I want to move into a transition on why it's been rebranded from full pull bets to full pull. So OJ, can you kind of talk about the soft pull, the soft rollout this weekend and how you thought everything went, maybe from like an operations perspective?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So soft launch is a great way to call it. We're trying to learn as we go. We are not, the great thing. I think there's a slogan on the website that's talks about for fans by the fans, and I just want to reiterate that this is really an idea by lots of people in the background that are in the pulling community that want to help the sport grow. And I think that's one of the great things about what this is about. This is about creating more accessibility to the sport. This is about growing the sport, growing the purse size, growing the audience. So kids can go with their fathers and daughters can go with their fathers as well. And they have access to the sport and they have the ability to do that. So, we obviously, have to grow the sport. We want to grow the sport. And that's sort of the core of what we're all about. So in general, it's going to be a soft launch for us this season. We are going to have the free to play games up for a lot of events. I don't know, Chase, do you remember how many different events we're going to have?
Yeah, there's 46 total sessions of pulling. We have this weekend off. After the Western Kentucky State Fair promo, man, maybe that was we dropped the ball on that. Shout out to those guys. I'm only an hour and a half from Western Kentucky. I went to that pull years ago when I was a full-time two-wheel drive competitor, and those guys. That's a really good pull, and they got me stoked. I'm thinking about driving down this weekend to watch, honestly. So, but outside this weekend, you can basically mark it down for 2 to 3 sessions of pulling every weekend all the way through middle of September, the Inderley pull-off as kind of a sign-off. And then from there, the narrative will kind of control itself through the winter and so forth. But as OJ said, this is step one of all this is Tomah. And then, there was no marketing or promoting it whatsoever. But, starting that Thursday, Full Pull is a brand, and it's a fan engagement, tool that is here to stay in the sport. And like we said many times on our shows the other day, it's the ultimate goal in all this, and you're going to hear me say this and hear everyone say this, is we're here to make this known to the whole world that this is the greatest motorsport out there. And, those of you guys on this panel know that. And I'd say those that are tuned into this probably know that, but it's our job, and and it's our message and our mission to let that be known to everyone else. And this summer is step one of that, and can't tell you how excited we are about it all.
Yes, comments. I'm sorry, OJ.
Well, Jason, I just want to add. So we will get the full schedule posted. We're still obviously finalizing some things, but we're going to get the full schedule posted. And of course, Jason, back to your question, we're going to be giving away free swag at all the events we're at. But we're also going to be hosting these free-to-play contests throughout all 42 of these events that Chase mentioned. And these are events you can play from anywhere. You could be following it on the live streams. You don't even have to be following it. You can put your picks in and then go on with your night and go barbecue in your backyard. But if you win on site, we're happy to give you awards on site. If you win and you're in a different location, then we'll follow up and make sure we get your prizes to you. But that's sort of our mission, is get as many people playing as possible and to learn together and to help bring as much engagement to the sport as possible. And yes, whoever asked on Facebook, no doubt will be in Bowling Green.
In a big way.
Yep.
And back up, Jason, back up a second. I aim to do this when I go on. I'm a huge fan of this show. I watch it weekly. All your guys, Roos. Did Roos get off? Is he still in there?
He's just down below.
He probably went mixed a drink.
Oh, I see. Well, good. I can tell the real story about Roos. But no, Roos, Cody, Charles, Brent, Leroy, all you guys. I am a huge fan of what you all do. So I've been looking forward to be on this show, and you guys are the ones that really, have your heart in what we're doing and with this, and it's an honor to be on here with you guys. And like I said, I'm huge fans of what you do, and the quality of this show definitely starts with you guys, and then the followers. Jason just brings those. You notice I didn't mention his name at all. Roos, you're back, but no,
yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested in hearing the story you have to tell about me.
Oh, no, I was well, we were together a couple weeks in Farley. What happens in Farley stays in Farley during a rain out, Roos. You know that, right?
Probably not a bad idea.
No, but guys, I'm a fan of this and fan of what you guys do. So back up. Thank you for having us, and this is an honor, and can't wait to do this regularly, despite Jason being a part of it. But Jason's a smart guy. All smart guys surround themselves with smarter, brighter people, and he definitely has that figured out with you all.
Jason's a stud. I won't let you talk anymore. Between having Jason and Miles on the show, that was my favorite session, Jason. And you guys, I'm in awe about how much you know about the sport, so it's really cool.
Miles
Trigger. It's like a little devil.
Miles Trigger is amazing.
What was that, Cody?
What's that?
It's like a little devil and angel on either side, back and forth.
Yeah. Well, the power of the mute button is never more known than when Jason has the microphone.
Yeah, until he's got the button on here. Let me tell you,
I'm gonna be the one here with the moving lips and no audio in a second. I better be careful. Jason, I'm sorry. Jason, I'm really sorry.
No, I enjoy our banter a lot. Actually, I look forward to it daily. Actually, so
it's natural. It's not artificial.
I know, that's what makes it even more fun. But we're watching on the screen, fans. If you just joined us, Chase Richardson and OJ Graczyk from Full Pull. This is a video that the Full Pull video team put together. There's the great CJ right there. I think his lines.
He's struggling for words.
Boom.
Yeah, Bruce. He's a different man. You put him and Adam Bauer are two of the funniest human beings in the world.
They really are.
You put a camera in front of them that you would think they were like, mutes, and they're you can't wait for them to get off the camera. But we're going to change all that as this thing grows.
Well, good, because I fully intend to get both of them back on a show for an interview, not about events, but about the sport.
That needs to be a paid event, though. I mean, somebody needs to monetize that and also this is a family show, right? 1.2.
Well, no, we'll run it after like 9:00 at night. So
yeah, but we can't. I mean, I know kids that get on this. We can't allow them to on here for that. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm riding with you, Bruce.
And we can add in Tyler and you, and then suddenly the show just goes off the rails very quickly.
CJ just chimed in the comments, by the way.
Oh, did he?
No, he did not.
He did.
He doesn't know how to. CJ doesn't know how to use the internet, does he?
Maybe his
He's
mic's
watching
there.
on YouTube.
Look at that.
I know
Holy crap! Somebody take a screenshot.
It's only 5
CJ
letters.
knows how to use the internet.
It's only 5 letters, so it wasn't too hard.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, Bruce.
Right?
You spent backed up to Farley. You spent time with all those guys, and like those, we all want to rip each other's head off on the track, and like there's no friends out there, but you can see the camaraderie, and like those guys are all some of my best friends in life. That mini rod group, and I think that the feeling's mutual amongst all of us. And there's so much that Full Pull and what we're going to be doing this is going to show. I mean, these people that are in the sport. I'm going to speak the mini rod class because I know firsthand. I mean, we all know this stuff that goes mainstream and is viewed from audiences around the world. Like we have that in pulling, and we have it in mini rod class. Outlaw has it. Every state organization has it, and it's our job and it's our mission to get it out to the rest of the world. And I say this all the time, and anyone watching, please feel free to comment and call me out if I'm wrong on this. But I say this all the time. This sport has like a barrier to entry, so to speak. And when I mean that barrier of entry, just like OJ himself, he's a living proof of it day to day, and like in how his vision is evolving, not being born into it like I have. But this barrier of entry, is really just getting the concept of understanding what is going on. I mean that as nicely as I can. Whether if we like it or not, we all have friends that you say we're going pulling, or we love to pull, and they think you're out back in your backyard, like pulling against a tree or something. Like they don't know what you're talking about. So that barrier that we have that we're going to take down with this platform is going to get those people through that and really introduced to the beauties of this sport. And back to what I want to be corrected on, and please someone tell me if they don't know this, but does anyone know anyone that has gone through this barrier, as I'm calling it, really got a full dosage of what this sport is and what it's all about, and the beauties of the competition, the people in it, that have really taken full grasp of that's ever walked away and said, I don't like that. That stuff's not cool. because I've never met that person ever. Like, and I'm still waiting to meet that guy. And the cool part about pulling, yeah, there's a lot of demographics of farmers in that, but there's people from all walks of the country, literally, in different types of businesses and different backgrounds. But the thing that we all know this sport does, it's like a drug that you can't get away from once you get into it. So that's what we're doing here. I keep saying this barrier, this wall of entry, we're going to knock that wall down. It's not going to happen right now, but as that wall is knocked down and people become exposed like we all are, the phrase and the statement that this is the greatest motorsport in the world becomes a really easy one. So you can tell my passion, my energy, but OJ himself is walking proof of it. And this is not like a goal. This is going to happen, but it's not going to happen overnight. And we need everybody. We all want to grow this sport. Again, I've never met one person that don't want to grow the sport, but we need everyone in this sport pulling the same rope, and we're all in this together to make it happen.
My cousin went to her first pull this weekend in Tomah. She was in awe about every aspect of it. So that's a great comment.
Yeah.
Jared Mattingly.
Jared Mattingly wants to take you to task.
Yeah, he's CJ's neighbor. They're over there. Cool. Yeah, he's CJ's neighbor over there. They're playing in CJ's new kiddie pool, having adult beverages. So, is there a mute button for those guys?
There is, actually. I can take care of that.
No, but in all seriousness, I want someone to tell me the person that's gotten exposed and really brought into the sport that walked away and said, "Oh, this is not that cool. I don't like it," because I don't think that person exists. But I'm open to conversation, please.
Full Pull is the app's name, Esden. Just go to your app. So it's on the Android store for sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can just go to fullpull.us, right, OJ?
That's correct. Yeah, we're still working through some of the details with Apple. There's nothing bad. We're just working through Apple's sort of more of a pain. But the best thing to do, Esden, is to go to fullpull.us, and you'll see the ability to play. So right now the core of the app is being able to play these free to play games. So stay tuned in to fullpull.us, and we'll let you know when the next series of games launch.
And I'm clearly not.
That's what the website looks like when you go there.
Roos saying,
OJ, what kind of struggles have you been having with Apple? I've dealt with that in my day job as well.
Multiple, Bruce. So one of the big problems is we're still what's the right way to say this? It came back with some very like standard language around we're asking people to do things in the app that would unlock additional content. Basically, it's something like that. And again, apologies that the developers are dealing with it, but basically they came back and they say you can't ask people to do things in return for prizes. As you know, that's probably not true. That's like half of the apps on the App Store. So it's minor stuff. Again, the Android app went right through, but it's just some things that I think we have to explain a bit more about what the app is about.
Yep. And I'm clearly not a tech guy, nor will I ever pretend to be. I'm just like the only guy involved in this pull group that is in the sport. That's the beauty of it. All these people, we have well-rounded individuals. Jason, you've met some of them. Everyone will eventually meet them all, but I'm the only person that has any ties to sport. I'm essentially just the
liaison.
I like it. That's a good word. Who was that? Cody?
That's me.
Cody, please help me out next time I stumble again. I love liaison's the word of the night. But these guys, I don't know, liaison got me caught up for a minute. Oh, so this app that's initially going to be launched is version 0. When I say version 0, just like our platform last weekend was kind of just a soft path to entry, like so will this app. So essentially, and OJ, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the first downloadable app's really just going to offer free to play.
Yep.
And just the contest, and it'll have a few other pieces to it. But later this summer, hopefully within sometime in July is what it's forecasting. The version 1 of the app will be some of the cooler things that will. Anyone that's just a fan of pulling, regardless how you feel about the contests or the legal wagering or whatever, like you don't you don't have to participate in that. But if you love the sport and want to keep up with what's going on, you're going to have this app. And it is the best way I can put it. It's going to be the ESPN of pulling. It's not going to happen version 0. Version 1 is going to be like a very, very low level of it. But as this thing grows, it's going to be really, really awesome, far beyond the contest, the free-to-play, and the legal wagering.
Yeah, one thing I want to comment, because again I saw Esden's comment come through, that there's a couple things. So again, Full Pool, the brand itself, is about, again, fan engagement, and I just want to continue to reiterate that fan engagement does not equal the ability to. That's not 100% just being able to bet with your friend. We know a lot of people enjoy that and want to do that, and the folks from Hoptown were just talking about their fantasy league. So it's a big part of engagement, but we're also looking to create sort of a content hub where you get behind the scenes footage, you get some exclusive content, you get live results from lots and lots of hooks going around the nation. You have updated standings, maybe live streaming. So we're going to, like Chase mentioned, the idea here is to be like the ESPN for pulling. But then on top of that, I know that there's lots of people talking about, well, when can I bet? And I heard this in Tomah. When can I bet directly against a friend? The reason it's a soft launch is because, like, this is a completely new concept, and it's going to take time to make sure. It would be irresponsible for us to just come out and allow all of that to happen without collecting some data first, working on the app, making sure the app doesn't, completely shut down because of how many people. We didn't know. I think I was telling Jason this. We didn't know how many people to expect logging in, and by the time Tomah was over, we had 2,000 different entrants at one time. So we, if you bear with us, it's going to be a process. But I continue to reiterate that this is new to the sport, and we have to roll this out in a responsible way, which means soft launches with iterations at different events coming forward. And I promise you, if you stick with us, by the end of the season, I think you're really going to like what you see. Fair?
Yep.
Somebody asked in the comments whether or not this
Esden,
is
do you have
to work for Canada.
It's not on the Apple Store yet. It's not. Yeah.
By the end of this week, it will be. We think. I don't know. Just OJ, don't get mad at me for saying that. We don't make promises, but I'm putting it out there.
That's fair. Yeah. And what were you saying, Ryan? Or sorry, who?
Something about Canada.
Yeah, somebody asked if this would work in Canada.
I have to look into that.
It's North American based.
Yeah, I would assume not yet, because of some regulatory reasons. But I will look into that. Maybe that's something I can give Jason a follow up on, but not right now. And as then maybe we can in the comments, I'll send a link out to the Android store. It's brand new on the Android app, so search can be a little bit weird, but it's definitely in there. But correct, it's not in the Apple Store yet.
Read this comment right here. Chase, read that comment right there. That's going to make you smile from ear to ear.
Jason, comment again. What's the greatest? Jason, you're a very smart guy. I can see but I want you to comment back. And Jason, play your little tricks there to put it back on the screen. Jason, what is the greatest? Jason Rake or Rack? I'm sorry, apologies on the name. What is the greatest motorsport in the world? Comment now. Schultz, put it back up there.
Hey, by the way, Mr. Pooltown, your comment about Canadians coming to BG, that's perfectly fine. It's more about where you're located when you're playing, and that's what I got to follow up on. But if you're in Ohio, that's not going to be a problem.
But you have to be 21.
You do need to be 21.
You have to be 21.
The other thing I'll bring up while Schultz is playing this content is if any of you tried to watch some of the live stream, again, as we're doing the soft launch and we're learning, there were some comments about the live stream being choppy. That's because we didn't know. We don't have Jason's tech team, so we didn't know about the whole Starlink fad and how much better that would be in Tomah. So we are investing in some better internet options. So I'm pretty confident moving forward with Rock Valley being the next. I think that Chase, we're streaming in Rock Valley, right?
Yeah. Countdown to pull time, which I guess Schultz, you were part of it. Countdown to pull time show. We talked about some of the content, and OJ, not to take your thunder, but the countdown to pull time show that you're showing will be in Rock Valley. But hopefully we find some. Roos, will you be there?
Yeah.
We got to get
Cody
you on
and I
there.
will both be there.
Awesome.
Any alternative besides Jason Schultz would be great. So
let's get him on.
We're open for applications. And shout out to my man Jason on the quick response there. Tractor pulling hands down, not even close. Jason, please come to a pull. Come find me. I'm going to get you swagged up, dog.
Tyler Slaw. I hated it. It caused me to buy the live stream. Oh, Tyler, we love you.
Sorry about that, buddy. But
that's another one.
That's another one of CJ's. Go to bed late, folks.
That's another one of CJ's friends. So we don't need to dive into who he is, but I'll just call him CJ's friend, and we can just move him on the comment list down.
Look at this superstar. Deep in there's Jason deep in engagement on the iPad.
And Jason, Jason, in all seriousness, like you people that are pulling fans now, you competitors, everyone in this sport, like we're all in this together. So please give feedback, good, bad, great, ugly, whatever, because like we said, like right now, we're not capturing those outsiders, so to speak, in this first week or even this next few weeks. But it's important that when those people that we all know get brought into this and become pulling fans, we want them to have full grasp of this, and we need everyone's commentary, everyone's thoughts, and we take that with open arms. So message us on Facebook, reach out to Jason on his show. I mean, I'm a pretty accessible guy myself. We want to make this right for everyone because we all want the same thing. Tyler, read that book. That's an inside joke.
Mr. Pulltown Nut. We do have to do something nice for Mr. Pulltown Nut. He watches our show religiously every Monday night. I'd be honored if Chase and OJ would stop by my campsite at Bowling Green to chug a bush latte. I've got 600 cans so far. So
I don't think that's enough for as many people as he's invited to his campsite. Just saying.
Yeah, he's invited everybody on the show. So
I'm strongly against consuming adult beverages on days of competition, but outside of that, mark me down.
What does he mean so far? Is he taking donations of Bush Latte? Like, why
nothing would surprise me.
He ought to just go buy a pallet at this point.
Yeah, seriously.
He may have already done so. No, a pallet would be more than 600
I was
cans.
gonna say a pallet's more than 600 cans, and I don't even drink beer, so.
Building it more every week.
Dude, do you run the local gas station out already every week?
Is Pooltown BG?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, City Slicker. It is.
OJ, what do you do in real life? What's your day job?
Nobody would know.
What he used to do, now he does this.
Is it like UX design?
It's close to it. Yeah, digital marketing stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's boring.
And Miles made the comment of this too. And that's why I said the beauty of this, everyone involved in this are people that are not tied to the sport directly or are passionate like we are. And they have this vision that we have. And these are professionals. These are guys that have done it. OJ will downplay himself, but this dude is a gangster when it comes to marketing and making stuff happen. So once any conversation you have with any of these guys, and Jason's had some of them, you understand why I'm so confident and passionate about this coming and this changing the sport forever.
It's going to be awesome. Morgan, I'm not sure what you mean by this. There was no betting this past weekend. It was making picks. and you have to make the picks before the classes start. And I'm not sure what he meant by then locking it in. I know you kept saying that's a lock, Chase, when we were doing the shows, but I'm not sure what Morgan means there. Roos, can you decipher that?
My lock means
No, I've never been very good at deciphering moose. I don't speak moose.
Fair enough.
Schultz, my lock meant that was my pick. That was a lock that I didn't get right all weekend. I was like 0 for on all of them. And by the way, shout out to my brother Miles Krieger. People, this dude is a walking, I don't know what walking book of pulling knowledge, obviously, but he studies and like knows what's going on. I think we made picks, and if you haven't had a chance to watch, go back and watch the countdown of pull time shows. I mean, this dude was like batting 750 on his picks. It was really incredible. So shout out to Miles. Obviously, he was PA announcer, but he's going to be a part of this as we move forward, whether if he likes it or not. He's been a little, he kind of brought the concept of the Miles Beyond road shows, so to speak, that we've kind of stole his idea from. But to his credit, we didn't steal it without bringing him onto this. And as much as he's available, he is going to be a part of these countdown of pull time shows. He's an ambassador for the sport, great friend, but more importantly, he is a true leader and a guy who has vision and wants this thing to go big places. Shout out! He did an amazing. So for you people that don't know, Jason's official full pull name is 1.2, and Miles' official full pull name is the handicapper.
The handicapper.
Because in horse racing, the people who make the picks are called handicappers. So we have 1.2 handicapper, myself, and back to back.
Probably the best segment of the weekend. Yeah, Miles would get on there. It was cracking me up because he would talk about, he's like, yeah, this is anybody's class. You could just make any pick, but then you would still pick someone who would end up winning it that night. So I don't know if he was just trying to be humble or keep more intrigue, but yeah, that guy is a walking encyclopedia of knowledge.
Well, Tyler said it best. It kept him engaged the whole time, and Jason Rack said it. It's Jason Rack, said it best as well. It's really, really important. It makes you watch the entire class. It makes you maybe watch a class that you weren't gonna watch, because like at Louisville, diesel guys go out and get their ice cream when the mini rods are pulling or when the two-wheel drive truck's pulling. That's just an inside joke for Chase because he hammers on me all the time. But it's gonna create a lot of engagement. Watch all the classes. The inside joke. Go to Full Pull on Facebook and watch the shows that you see now up there on the screen, and they were a hoot. And Chase was yelling at people going by, "What's your favorite class? Mini rods are the best." And we were going back and forth. There was a lot of fan engagement, and they actually Full Pull actually hired Pete Sampras to go out in the campgrounds and interview people. And that guy,
Roger Federer. You got the wrong tennis player. It's Roger Federer.
Roger Federer.
So.
Schultz, you're kind of showing our age here, buddy.
Sorry, Roos. Sorry, buddy.
Next he's going to say it was Andre Agassi.
Roos, you'll never lose credibility with me, despite whose show you go on.
I'm not sure that I had much credibility to begin with, but Jason doesn't help sometimes.
I'm sometimes a deterrent. Depends who you're hanging out with, Roos. Depends who you're hanging out with. So
that's true. We picked the audience right. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do okay. Yeah, I did not pick Colin because I didn't want to jinx him. So I helped him. He said he made sure I got. So I picked Alan Cook in the light pro class that night. Or Friday afternoon. So
did Alan win, or was it Kurt Afthal?
Kurt Afthal. Alan was my pick, but midnight or weekend mistress took the win there. So okay, we're gonna go back to speaking moose. I mean, as picks locked in before the class started. Would I be allowed to pick River Rat as a winner as he took the lead while the class was going? No, because Miles announced picks needed to be in. I don't know.
No, that's a fair question. Moose, I understand.
You speak Moose, Chase?
Yeah,
apparently.
That's a good Moose. Don't list these guys. Me and you are on the same wavelength here. Fair question. It's a good one to ask. Right now, where we are, picks have to be made prior to class starts. Obviously, if the unlimited class is the third class or fourth class in the evening, you can make your picks all the way up until that class starting. But once the class starts, the picks are off. I hope that answers your question. I apologize for these guys not understanding what moose language is.
I think I get it too. Yeah, he's basically saying make sure you lock them in, which is right.
I have a question. Can you go back in and change your picks before the class is locked in?
Up until showtime. Yep. Great question.
I know that sometimes like driver changes can affect what happens in the event type of thing. And sometimes, who signed up at the beginning is not the driver when it comes down to showtime. Yeah.
And that's the stuff, honestly, that we need to fix as a sport, just to be blunt about it. I know things happen, but, there's so much fan engagement. Just look at the Farm Machinery Show. And like we all sit around. I know it's wintertime, so it's a little different, but we all sit around waiting for that list to come out to see who's at the Farm Machinery Show. And then once it comes out, then we all start talking about each class, each night, and natural conversations, who we got winning with or without full pull. And there's really no reason why, and this won't happen overnight, but there's really no reason why we can't do that all the time at these national events. And part of that is just getting lineups out early enough in advance. You're going to see some adaptation to that at these events we are this year. There'll be some of them where lineups will be posted 24 hours in advance to begin that engagement. Not all of them, and we understand it's kind of a moving target at this point. But that alone, with or without full pull, having the chance to see who's where, when they're pulling, like that creates the conversation we want and that we're going to have as this thing moves forward. So, but very good point, Cody. Yes, you can go change it prior to the start, but once the lineups are posted, we hope that we get to a day where like there's no last minute driver changes outside of an emergency or so forth.
Yep.
Bruce, nice background out there in Iowa, man.
Well, you like that?
Nice sunset. Yeah, I really like that.
Well, you'll like this even more.
Uh-oh.
Is it bourbon?
We'll flip the camera.
No, I finished the bourbon.
Yeah. I'm you know what's crazy? Getting off of the subject here a little bit, but everyone hates rainouts for obvious reasons. The travel of going so far and getting canceled, and the miss out in competition, the fans that paid tickets that don't get to go. Like, there's nothing good about rainouts. But me, on a personal level, the thing that really I really dislike about rainouts, particularly those on like a Saturday, like we had this Saturday and at Farley, is the activities that come to substitute the pulling out with the rainout as pullers. I think you know what I'm talking about, Roos, but Mondays hit a lot harder when there's a rainout. I'll just leave it at that. So here's the hoping there's no more. Here's the hoping there's no more rainouts the rest of 2023, because today's been really hard.
But you know what? I'm also
I'm drinking Roos. I'm drinking diet cranberry juice. I mean, look at that.
Shut up. You know there's Tito's in there.
No. Not today.
I don't think it probably is.
So I got to play devil's advocate here, and Ed Avercamp is going to back me up on this, because he and I both got to experience a little bit of the camaraderie, and we got to go behind kind of the velvet rope a little bit and hang out with you guys. And we got to be read in on the Brian McDonald's gravity-defying hat game. And, some of the other stuff. And, and Chase, I see you laughing. You saw it. You saw how funny that was.
Oh, yeah.
Some of that stuff, you were talking about, you've never met somebody who was fully exposed to the sport that we love and walked away and said, that's not all that cool. I'm done with this. That's some of the stuff that really fits into that, getting the full experience. And are you going to be able to provide that on full pull in the content portal? Maybe not, but still, there is a place for rainouts. I mean, that helps build better friendships. I feel like I have a better friendship with CJ than I ever have because of that night.
No, absolutely. And
CJ's still paying attention. He's still conscious. I'm impressed.
Bruce, that's a great point. And like I said, and I made the point early in the show, I guess Thursday was kind of where our presence was felt publicly. We're not going anywhere like throughout this season. And then once the winter months come, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on the horizon and things that we have planning to do to make this a year-round. I mean, obviously, the pulling is very limited in the wintertime. We're well aware of that. But back to what you said, there's so much to talk about and sell about this sport just from a personality relationship standpoint. Like once September 15th, or whatever that date comes, like we're not going to disappear to the farm show. That's where like basically the fun season starts, and that's why we worked with Mike Connie and did that deal back prior to his event as kind of just to see how it went type of situation, and we were helping promote his pull. Go back and watch the video if you haven't. This is a guy who doesn't have to do that pull, puts out the biggest purse money in the country or the world for a pulling event, and every dollar he makes, he puts back to Make-A-Wish. I mean, how's there goes back to what I'm saying. How do you not get behind that if you know this sport, or if you're somebody that doesn't know the sport, that catches your attention. So, Roos, like I said, we're here. Currently, we're not going to be going anywhere. So, winter time will be a whole nother season of fun times.
Good deal. Did Mike get his? Did he win his bet? Is he drinking?
Belvini? No.
Belvini? Yeah.
No, I think he was over.
Drinking that or no?
No, it's Belvini, right? Is that how I say it?
Yeah, Belvini.
No, but I will say back to what I'm saying about the rainout portion. I was with my friend Mike, and the Belvini glasses were flowing on Saturday evening in Tomah on a rainy night.
Can you drink scotch? Do you like Belvini?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not very well rounded.
That was all you had to say. That was
Bruce,
all.
I'm not very well rounded in my drinking.
That wasn't very convincing. Let's put it that
way.
Yeah.
No, and that's yeah. I can't drink scotch.
Yeah.
Now,
the guy drinking diet cranberry juice, I would say no.
Right. Now, if Mike poured me one, I would find a way to enjoy it with him.
Absolutely.
But I would enjoy it more for the company than the booze.
Absolutely. I agree. The best part about this show, to this point, Schultz hasn't really said much. Y'all should do more of these.
He's locked in.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I know, right? I wish the other guys. I was really wanting to. Charles, that's another guy. It's a walking book of knowledge. I mean, that dude, he impresses me. I wish he did more events. I know there's only, I know geography probably plays a role in it, but he's an impressive guy. I'm a big fan of everything he puts out because you can tell it comes from the heart, whatever he says.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Like you gave me a compliment earlier, Chase. I surround myself with people smarter than me. So, I like it. So.
Yeah.
Olin, did you see Esden's comment? I used capital letters and then the app showed up. Just a heads up on that.
Yeah. I told I looked at today. I had to use full pull all is one word. So again, we'll get that figured out. When I say new, it's a couple days posted. So give it some time. You'll be able to find it some other ways.
Oh no, it's all good. I'm just giving you a heads up on that.
Yeah.
And Esden, it's version 0. Always keep that in mind. The version 1's coming.
By the way, Jason's comment about the campground reporter. This campground correspondent. I'm pretty excited about this guy.
What do you think I got queued up right now, OJ? So I need to play the sound on this, guys. So I'd like Chase to shut up for a few minutes, if that's possible. So.
No, that sound is just scintillating, isn't it?
I was going to say.
Just amazing.
Schultz, we'll get you in touch with our tech team and upgrade your problems.
Schultz upgraded our problems.
No, I'm kidding.
If it wasn't for Schultz, we wouldn't have got a smooth stream off.
I know.
Say it with me. Starlink.
Yeah. I've learned two things: how great pulling is, and how great Starlink is.
Yeah, it's always good to have two backups: Starlink and then a cell modem just in case. Jason, we don't have any sound. If you're still looking for the sound, by the way.
Hey, look, it's Pete Sampras.
The sound's not working?
No.
No.
That's
What
why
the
we're
fuck?
talking is to. Help
That's
with
why we're giving you a hard time.
Well, I couldn't even hear you because I had sound on mine. Now let me know.
Sure.
Let's try this again.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Just watching like how much money is invested into these machines to make them go and work so hard. It's pretty amazing stuff. I like racing, and this is it's like racing, but it's just more about power and just and when you look at horse powers, I like horse pulls as well. So when you watch horse pulling as compared to tractor pulling, it's just amazing how far technology and everything's gone.
You like the power.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's your favorite class?
I really like the trucks, tractors. I'm going to see semis for the first time tonight. So each one brings a specific thing to the table as far as how they're built and everything like that. 4-wheel drive trucks and diesel trucks and tractors and semis. It's a whole different ball game for each. So it's really neat to see all of them in action.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
See them pull up. Bang!
Can you try to make your best impression of a sound of a tractor?
All right. Bang! Bang!
Boom! Can you give me your best impression of what a motor sounds like when it blows up? Boom! Can you do your best impression of what the sound is? No. Where are you from?
Sparta, Wisconsin.
Sparta, Wisconsin. What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The people, the crowd. It's exciting.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Super semi.
That's your favorite class?
Yeah, it is.
What do you like about it?
They're big. They're big and they do wheelies and they can freaking twist.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Oh, what it does for the community.
The community?
It's fun to look at some of the tractors. They've got some marvelous combinations.
What's your favorite class of tractors?
Oh, probably the Unlimited.
What's your favorite class?
Limited Pro Stock and Pro Stock.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The black smoke coming out.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Big motors, loud noise.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Family-oriented fun.
Where are you from, Casey?
Kentucky.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulls?
Winning.
Where are you from?
I'm from Tomah, Wisconsin.
So you're a local guy.
I am.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The smell. Dirt flying. And the beer.
What's your favorite class out there for the pulls?
I'm gonna say the favorite class is give it. When them give it, and they don't have this jug in front of their tractors, I'm cheering for them, mother.
That's what you like to see. Can you say full pull?
No, the beer.
Well, we're back here in Tomah, Wisconsin, listening to Sweet Child of Mine here in the beer garden in the live band. There couldn't really be a better spot for us to get together.
Sweet Child of Mine. Hey, what's your go-to? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm really in the bummer.
You never interrupt, yeah.
What's your favorite song of all time?
Oh, gosh, that's a big question there. Let me think about that. I'll come back.
Get back to us.
It's probably a Kenny Chesney song, if I was going to guess.
It's not. I promise. I listen to a lot of Christian music, but I also really like Nickel Creek, some bluegrass bands, that kind of deal.
So that kind of gives you the full pull video team is amazing. Is absolutely amazing. Chase and OJ, the guys. If that doesn't give you that professionalism that you guys are looking for to take that, and then Tomah's a special place. I mean, I know it's been a moving target. What was going to be the first event of the year, but man, you nailed it with Tomah, guys. I really, truly feel that. So.
They really are great. It gives me goosebumps. I can't wait to get back to my next one. So yeah, the Sampley guys are fantastic. And again, for those of you that don't know, they're new to the sport. I think Chase would say that they're just as bought in. So seeing them capture some of that footage just makes you feel like you're right back in Tomah again.
Well, I mean, it gave me goosebumps. I mean, this is a video that that the sport needs. It
It's the
shows
greatest
fun side,
motorsport
but
in the
it
world.
shows it in a professional way.
1.2. It's the greatest motorsport in the world.
It is.
Easy. It's easy. Come on.
It is, without a doubt. And then Tyler Slaw, if that video doesn't amp you up, I'm ready to leave for a poll right now. I mean, that's
I'm with
just
you.
the truth.
I'm like, let me get back to one. So yeah, they did a great job capturing the vibe, capturing the raw power of the sport and how incredible it is.
Let me get back to one without rain out on Saturday.
Yup. I'm with you 100% on that. I know they didn't want one either, but we can't. That's one thing we can't control is the weather. So
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
What was it? Miles was Miles. I forget. I'm not going to be able to quote him, but he was talking about how few, how rare of a occurrence it is for Tomah to get through all of their sessions.
Yeah, they're known for having at least raining out one session every year. So, you know, on Wednesday there was no chance of rain at all.
I know. Yeah,
no.
Not at all.
I love the setup in the midway, if you will, OJ, that you guys did with the trailer and having the fans walk by. You know, it's, you know, Chase has been telling me about this idea you guys came up with, this college game day atmosphere, you know, like the Lee Corsos and stuff at the football games on Saturday morning. And that's truly what it was. The spot that you're in has to have that walk by traffic.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of people that were walking by and hooting and hollering. And honestly, I was really pissed when I heard that beer garden start playing music at first, but with the microphones and the way we just kind of played it off and like, you know, coming on and Sweet Child of Mine. I mean, it was fun. It was a fun atmosphere all weekend for Full Pull and the amount of people, just a great way to expose people to Full Pull, the brand and what it's all about. It was a great weekend.
Well, and the lead-in commentary again, when you know, I think my favorite session was just getting to sit back and watch you all talk and riff off of each other. I talked to Chase. One of the things that I want to do is make that session even bigger, you know, get more speakers out where people can hear it across the event, because it's some really great content and some really good recaps of the session before and thoughts going into the next. So, you know, I think again, as you follow and you work with us, you know, as all the fans work with us throughout the season, we're just going to find ways to make that live stream more and more engaging, where people can truly feel like they're part of it.
Yeah.
And OJ, if you don't, I think it's just important too to touch on, the biggest pulls in the country amongst all organizations, we're going to be there. That list and schedule will be out this week sometime, where you can kind of pinpoint when and what where. But Rock Valley is the next one. We will be there. But OJ, why don't you touch on just kind of what we will be like with us there? Obviously, the Countdown to Pull Time show, but in terms of fans walking through, what they'll be able to get, and you know, we're not just there to look pretty, even though we'll have Jason there sometimes. But you know, tell them, you know, come get some swag or whatever for free.
Yeah, I mean, get some swag. Again, we're going to be giving out T-shirts. All you got to do is stop by and sign up for the game, which is super easy. We're going to be giving out koozies. We've got earplugs, hats. Maybe we'll have some more special stuff. You know, we're there to talk to you about the game, show you how it works. Obviously we'll have the live streams going on, so you have the opportunity to listen to some of the other drivers and, you know, just talk the sport a little bit. So again, if you're going to be at the event in Rock Valley, encourage you to stop by, talk to us, give us your feedback, let us know what you would like to see. We're here to build this app together. We're really here to help build the sport together. So stop by, get some swag, and definitely, again, if you're at the event or if you're at home, it doesn't cost anything. So there's no reason why you shouldn't sign up and play, get some bragging rights. If you didn't play, you can see that there's a leaderboard which shows you sort of your points and your stats, so you can have bragging rights over your buddy. And you know, and there's lots of different. The other thing I'll mention is there's lots of different games. So we've been doing sort of some mini games where you can just pick a winner from a class, with the tiebreaker being distance. But then there's also sort of a winner circle game that has multiple classes within the session to give you a chance to pick. And unfortunately, I think if session 5 would have went off, we would have had a grand prize winner that would have taken home $2,000 that night. Chase would disagree. But regardless,
It ain't
we're going to come back in the Rock Valley with the same thing. You can win $1,000. You don't have to pay a dime to enter the competition. And if people don't hit it, maybe again we can talk to the team and we can commit to a higher prize pool.
And by the end of the summer, there's going to be another digit added to that grand prize, some eye-opening numbers as we acquire data and so forth. And again, like I said, you don't have to be there in person. You know, you can be anywhere in the country, 21 and over, and play. So that's the beauty of it.
Robert Miner will be in Rock Valley, Iowa, Thunder in the Valley, July 7th and 8th.
Come see us, Robert. Yeah, come see
Robert,
us.
we got you. Send us your shirt size. That way we'll have you a special package laid out when you get there.
Mr. Full-Town
if you're going to give us free Busch Lattes, how can we ever expect to ask you to pay for a koozie? Are you kidding me? That's almost like a slap in the face. Come on, man. Whatever you want, Mr. Full-Town.
I like his flag recommendation. If you fly them, we'll buy them.
Yeah, Mr. Full-Town Nut, that's legit. Message Full Pull on Facebook. So get that squared off. Hillsboro. Chase, Hillsboro's on the schedule, right?
Well, being that we were going to wait and announce this, and you just said it, it's right, Mr. 1.2 million followers. Yes, Hillsboro, we will be there.
Yep.
The rest of them we'll kind of save it as a rollout. I love how you asked me that and set me up to tell a fib. So you put it out there. Yes, we will be at Hillsboro. Can't wait. Don Slama, one of the best guys in the industry.
That's the second or third time I've done that.
Don Slama is one of the best in the
now.
business. Can't wait to be there in Hillsboro.
The Esden Backhouse asked on the screen. I should have just yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just gonna keep moving. I let you down every day, Chase. So it's all good. Jared Mattingly, in all seriousness, I think my first big pull was 3 years ago. Last year I traveled with all of you to 7 or 8 Grand National Pulls, and we'll do about the same this year. It's addicting and always a good time. The polls have the most diverse crowds of any sport I've ever went to. Kids to grandpas and everybody in between. So,
and to back up, I'm still waiting on someone to comment or tell me that person that's dove into the sport head first that didn't like it. I want to meet that person. So please tell me who they are. Robert, no. So the unfortunate part this year, there's not going to be overlap in the contest and where we're going to be, just because we got to be strategic in how all this is done. But Wisner is one we would do, but unfortunately there's another event going on at the same time. But the goal is there will be a day where we'll be at all of the large pulls, whether if they are conflicting or overlapping or not. So, but we will not be at Wisner. And shout out also, I want to also take a chance. The leaders of the sport, the Outlaw Pro Pulling League, NTPA, there's decision makers that make all, the final decisions. They're easy to throw darts at. We all, including myself, have critiqued what they've done. But having been a part of this and got to really know each one of them's vision, I don't need to say all their names. We all know who they are. I just want to say that, those people are true leaders with vision, with the outlook of what we want to do here. And without all of them being on board and working together with us in this, none of this is possible. So, we've made this comment before, but, there's always been, and there's always going to be beef, like this organization versus that organization versus that, who does what better or what, that's fine. We can always have those conversations. But at the end of the day, all three of these groups are united in making this work. And I think that may be the first time in the history of pulling that there's something amongst all organizations that they all believe in and are invested in and want to see do well. So shout out to each one of those. I'll just say it: Kurt Van Beek, John Mears, Christy Asher, Greg Randall, the WPI board. Those guys are true leaders, and we all throw darts at them. Everyone's always going to throw darts at them, but I'm here to say that they have vision and they get it. So shout out to each of you.
Yep, 100%.
OJ, what's your full pull bet email address?
Well, it's easy. It's my real name, but Olanet, Olanet fullpull.us. Happy, Mr. Pooltown. I'll get those flags out.
Fullpullbets.com, right?
No,
US.
just
Yep, I'm doing it right now.
US. Yep.
Oh, shoot.
Just put it out there for the whole world, Schultz.
You will.
Whatever.
He's put phone numbers out there too, so just be cautious.
How many princes from Africa are going to be emailing me tomorrow?
All of them. Well, actually, no, he changed it. I was going to say, he put in there the fullpullbets.com, and so you wouldn't have to deal with any of that.
It actually works too for what it's.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your princes.
We're gonna sign you up for some spam.
There you go.
It's all in at Full Best, right?
Fullpull.us.
Fullpull.us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Third time's the charm.
Thank you.
Cody, we need to put you in charge of the keyboard from now on.
Nope. Hard pass. My ADD would not handle that.
And we're definitely going to have some campground correspondent action at BG. You could guarantee that, or Pooltown, I guess, Pooltown USA. So guarantee that.
Chase, does he really know what he's in for if he actually sends a roving campground reporter?
No, we're not going to tell him. You know, the shock factor.
Just checking. I just
there's going to be a camera on him too as he gets revealed to this. We haven't told him that yet.
Is that OJ?
The cold reaction video, the react video?
I told you
that might be the only thing that's playable.
We all have nicknames for the Full Pull crew, and his nickname's City Slicker. So you can imagine how he earned that name.
I would really like a 360 camera so we can watch both angles at the same time.
We'll get that done, Cody. Cody, that's why you're on this show. You have great ideas.
We work in marketing, so we get it.
Yeah. GoPro neck mount.
Yep. No, I want the one that you have to hold in your mouth and bite on.
This is a family show.
What the hell do you do in your after hours, man?
Nope.
You've never seen those? They've got the mouth it's a mouthpiece that you hold the GoPro in. And
no.
No, it's
not my pig, not my farm, buddy.
All right, you stole that from me.
Hashtag Pound Town.
So, but yeah, no, it's a mouthpiece.
Never mind.
And we're gonna go right past that one. It is in the after hours, but we're going right past it. Yeah, I'm out of words. I'm excited. I'll plan on seeing you guys at Rock Valley. And
I can't wait to be out there. So that's a really cool place. That's another thing I could talk. This is a whole nother show. The promoters of all these pools are just amazing people too. That group out there and how they've taken that from ground zero to what it is now. I'm really just excited to be there as a spectator.
Yeah, it's a neat atmosphere, and Ryan can attest to this from. There was a girl that made her first pass on the tractor last year, and the crowd had gotten so much into it that it was unbelievable. Of first time out, didn't get the light, and the second time it was. I mean, everybody was cheering, and it kind of sends. I mean, you still get goosebumps to this day about it because it was unbelievable. But that crowd is a fantastic job. They got rained out. Was it 2 years ago, Ryan? Yeah, 2 years ago it got rained out, but 6 inches of rain overnight, and that was kind of a bummer because that was my first year there. I went up on a Friday night after work and got there. I was like, I don't get to watch very often, so I'll watch the last quarter of the poll.
watched out of the stands, which is extremely hard when you're a photographer. And then ended up, I was like, well, I'm going to go to Rockwell because Rock Valley got canceled. Drove to Rockwell, and they canceled the poll 10 minutes before I pulled in the parking lot, which is, Rock Valley is 4 hours from my house, and Rockwell was like 3.5 hours from Rock Valley. So I made a very long trip to do nothing that weekend.
So that was back when they were on the same weekend, right?
Yep.
I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, that was, I believe, the last year they were on the same weekend.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
21.
Rockwell's, shout out to Rockwell too. I love that place. One of my favorite as a competitor to go to.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, no, Rock Valley does a great job.
Yeah. Look forward to it. I heard the local fire department distributes the adult beverages. Is that accurate?
It is very accurate.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're in charge of the beer garden.
That's cool.
The full pull truck will be in Rock Valley, correct? The super modified 2-wheel drive truck, Chase?
It will be. Yep.
Okay.
It will be.
Doug's trying to get your dad to bring the mod.
We have some cool stuff. Again, we have a lot of stuff that's going to be revealed, but there's a lot of cool stuff in the works with that truck too. Just from the fan engagement and just promotional standpoint that the pulling world will hear about.
Yeah, I'm afraid to talk anymore because I don't want to say anything wrong. So just kind of sit back here.
We know what you're capable of. You ain't got to lie.
It only hurts because it's true. Just showing some more video from the full pull video team. They did an amazing job in Tomah. And this is what the sport needs, more of this. So glad that full pull is gonna be able to bring it. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. OJ, you should have an email for Mr. Pulltown Nut. I don't know his real name, but he watches us on YouTube. So
it's Mr. Pulltown.
Yeah, we really could not pick him out of a police lineup if we had to.
What about Moose?
Y'all know
Moose? Y'all know Moose, man? My language.
We could pick him out of a police lineup. Hopefully, we never have to. But
I hope Moose. Moose. Email me directly. I like you. You're my guy.
You just made his day. Moose is one of the biggest pulling fans out there. So this is Chase taking or not Chase. Who is this? What little guy was running with you guys? Who is that?
It's just a good family friend. Their son that we allowed to come with us. He's one of us. We have from a pulling team standpoint, we got a pretty colorful pulling team from all ages, and that includes him as well. His name's Case.
Brad, yes, we are. We're working on this as well, so this won't take very long. But you'll have a sort of a profile section where you can do things like follow some of your favorites, as well as add your own profile pick in. And then I'll also mention that part of what we're doing too is putting more in depth driver and vehicle sort of info in too. So yeah, give us some time, but this is something that we'll have done before the season's over.
I found Mr. Pulltown Nut, guys.
There he is.
I always wondered.
I have seen him.
Now I get it.
Never.
I've drove it a couple times out of requirement when my dad couldn't be there, but that's his baby, and I really have no interest in driving the thing, to be quite honest with you. You don't drive unlimited. You just ride them. You can no, I'll drive it if I have to. I'll just answer that, and I've drove it a couple times.
So who'd you have on the panel this week? RJ, Travis, Slaba, Colin Burkholz, Adam Kester.
Thursday, shout out to Colin as well.
Yeah.
Very good opening kickoff countdown to pull time.
Yeah,
he was on Thursday. We had Mr. 1.2 on there Friday. For you fans don't know, 1.2 is Jason Schultz. He was there. He was our host, one of our co-hosts on Friday. Travis Schlaball was Friday evening. RJ Simon was Saturday morning, and Adam Kessler Saturday night. A lot of fun. Like I said, I know it's a little different element going back and watching delay, but it was a ton of content and entertaining each of those shows. And they go like once again, Miles and even Jason. Jason, I know I give you a hard time, but you're pretty good at what you do too. Those guys were great anchors.
Miles is the man. It's easy to work. Anybody can work with Miles. So Miles even makes you look good, Chase, and that's hard to do. So that is hard to do.
I would agree.
He's impressive. Miles, not Chase.
OJ, I want to let you go to bed.
Go to bed. So this is 4 or 5 hours earlier than Tomah. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You guys have to go watch. So Roos and Cody know this guy. That's the Eaton Beaver guys from Gordyville. They were that's their softball team, Eaton Beavers, and I have this shirt. And Roger Federer did a fantastic. Well, let's just watch it. What the hell? I mean, it's after 10, so it's all good.
I think you should, man. It's fantastic. Yeah.
But I want to have some track. We have a lot of people still watching. I want to have some truck and tractor pulling chat with my friend Chase here.
You guys got a nice setup here.
Throw them in this in the world.
Yeah,
I'm becoming a believer. I'm also a believer that these are some of the greatest fans in the world. Everybody's awesome. They know so much about the sport. I've met numerous people that have been to every single one of these Tomah pools, 48 of them now. So I told if you want to get to know the fans, the best way to do it is to go out to the campground. And we're lucky enough here at Full Pool that we have the first ever campground correspondent. He's educated in the art of putting people on the spot right at the campground. So we want to give you all a sneak peek of what it's like to be at the campgrounds here.
Hey, OJ.
Yeah.
You're way smoother than CJ when you talk. What happened to CJ?
He ate all the well. I don't know. You know, we couldn't be more opposite in either two ways. But yeah, Jason, I'm working with him. I promise. Give me another year or two, and he'll be here anchoring your show.
Him and Adam Bell are both
daytime, late in the evening.
Yeah, late in the evening. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to show you what it looks like to be from a fan's perspective to be at the campgrounds here at Tomah.
This is so cool. You guys did this. I love it.
First of all, what's your name? Where are you from?
Jim Mahoney, Suring, Wisconsin, the biggest state or biggest city in Oquawka County.
I know this guy.
What else do you want me to say?
Well, okay. I mean, so you got a nice setup here.
Suring, Wisconsin, have you?
I've never been to Tomah, Wisconsin until a couple days ago.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
I'll tell you what. First of all, it's an excellent sport, good family sport, and we have made a lot of very good friends competing and going to tractor pulls. We compete in local circuits around northeastern Wisconsin, and we made a lot of very good friends.
You guys got a nice setup here. You got have you been doing food today, or are you just drinking?
Well, of course we do food occasionally because
you have to.
Well, right. I mean, it still comes down to basic nourishment,
right.
Fluid intake, food intake. I mean, we're not rewriting the book here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think you'll spend time this weekend sleeping or drinking?
I will know that I will spend more time drinking because we haven't been sleeping at all yet. So right now, even if I went to bed right now for the rest of the weekend, we'd still be more time drinking. So,
all right, what's your favorite class in the pools?
Pro Stocks is kick ass. We love Pro Stocks. All the diesel tractor classes are the best, but Pro Stocks are the ultimate.
Chase, did you hear what he just said there?
What?
All the diesel classes are the best. Do you want me to replay that?
We'll have another segment where we can put any conversation regarding that to rest.
I will know that I will spend more time drinking because we haven't been sleeping at all yet. So, so right now, even if I went to bed right now for the rest of the weekend, we'd still be more time drinking.
You'd be playing it anyway.
All right, what's your favorite class in the pools?
Pro Stocks is kick ass. We love Pro Stocks. All the diesel tractor classes are the best, but Pro Stocks are the ultimate.
You guys have been coming to tractor pools for a long time. It's not your first time on the campground, right?
No, yeah, we've been coming for a long time. There is one individual here who's been here every year that Tomah's been going. We can't claim that, but we're getting close. But there is one individual who's been here every year.
What's the most shocking thing you've ever seen at the campground at a tractor pool? The most shocking thing.
The most shocking thing? I can't come up with the most shocking thing. Hey, when we had the pool and we were sliding into the pool, that was maybe one of the most shocking things. And now they took away our water and now we can't have a pool. That was good.
Wait a minute. What happened?
Well, they moved us over here. We used to be over there. We had water and we'd bring a pool and we'd fill the pool with the hose. Now we get nothing. We got electricity basically.
You got cut off.
We got yep. We're cut off.
You lost some privileges.
No.
All right. They still let you come. That's all that matters.
They haven't kicked us out yet. That's basically. Then we're going with that. That's. Well, okay. So now you're going to say that the badass motor is going to be a V8 automotive motor.
That's your call.
But I'm going to say that a badass motor is a diesel super stock or a diesel pro stock.
What's it sound like?
Whoa!
Can you? How far did you guys have to drive to get here?
I live 100 miles away from here. 100 miles to the north.
Anything interesting happening on that drive?
Nope.
Nothing. Nothing remarkable.
Nothing at all.
You want to hear him play the hum?
I want to hear the hum strum. Give me a hum strum. Give me a little hum strum for full pull. Give me a little full pull hum strum.
Come on, Pisser.
It's a full pull exclusive. What's your name? Where are you from?
You want my real name or my fake name?
Whichever you prefer.
J. Powell.
J. Powell.
J. Powell.
J. Powell.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Wisconsin.
What part?
Oshkosh, Winneconne.
How far does that take to get here?
2 hours. Hour and 57 minutes to be exact.
Anything crazy happen on that drive this weekend?
Yeah. This guy showed up.
What did he do?
I don't know. Just look at him.
It was a problem.
Well, we went to leave our place and didn't go so good, so we ripped the brakes off my camper. I'm not even kidding you. Out of the hometown, me and my buddy Butt Squirt here. That's his real name.
Which one's Butt Squirt?
Butt Squirt over there. That's Butt Squirt.
That's Butt Squirt.
Yeah. We didn't make it very far to the hometown, and then we turned back to my shop. We ripped the brakes off, and then we made her here. Had to rip a fender off on the way here, but we're here.
Now, what's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Black smoke.
Can you give me? So, what's your favorite class?
Light limited pros.
Can you give us an example of what that sounds like?
You're kind of there. You're almost.
All right, hold on. First of all, this looks amazing. What are we doing here? What's your name? Where are you from?
Thomas from Tomah.
from Tomah, Wisconsin. Now, what are we cooking right here?
Well, we've been cooking brats, burgers, bacon. No, that's about it.
Now, is there any special recipe you're going to make this weekend, or is it this is standard fare?
This is standard.
Yeah. But you're working your ass off.
Oh yeah.
What's the best thing about the campground here at Tomah Wisconsin?
Well, probably all the people.
You like the people?
The people.
You got some good people right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulls?
Oh, I imagine, just the tractors and everything about it.
What's your favorite class?
Probably the pro stock.
Pro stock. Now, can you give me an example? Let the audience at home hear what does a pro stock sound like?
Oh, I can't even.
Go ahead.
No,
give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Even. No.
Anybody here give it a shot? Anybody here know what they sound like for the audience back home? What's it sound like when one blows up?
I can't make that sound either. Cha-ching. That's a pretty good one.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh no.
Adam Bauer, Peyton, Iowa.
If you don't know that name, you don't know. This is a big time right here. Now, tell us how many years you've been coming to Tomah, Wisconsin?
Since 06.
Well, what's the craziest thing you ever seen at any campground, at any pool?
We're not supposed to talk about that stuff.
You don't have to name names.
Nope, can't talk.
You're a vow silence.
Yep. Plead the fifth.
Hey!
What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, great.
Allison Slaba, Marengo, Iowa.
Marengo, Iowa. Now, how long does it take to get to Tomah, Wisconsin from there?
4 hours.
Did anything crazy happen on that drive to get here this year?
Might have blown an airbag.
You blew an airbag. Tell us about that experience.
Boom.
Together. Together. Womp, together.
Womp, 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 womp,
Don, I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Don't do that so early. Don, I got one question for you. Can you answer one question for the camera, please? One question.
What's that?
What does an unlimited motor sound like? For the fans at home who've never heard one, what's it sound like?
Sounds a whole lot better than a root poots.
Can you make that sound for the camera? Please.
No.
Womp, 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 womp. Please give us one. Give us one.
No, not right now.
One example.
Nope.
Are you sleeping with the lights on tonight?
No.
Who's going to turn them off?
When they get ready for bed.
You are the king of Tomah, Wisconsin. Is that correct?
No.
Who is?
Don Lazar.
And we're back here at Tomah, getting ready for session.
That was awesome.
Good time. Good night.
Awesome.
Shout out to Adam Bauer. He's got a birthday today. Happy birthday, Buckaroo. I'm going to come kick your ASS in Chapel Hill, though.
I love it. I love it. OJ, I'm going to let you go to bed.
All right,
I'm
man.
going to keep talking, pulling with Chase. Roos's router died. He texted me. So,
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, Jason. When's the next time I'll see you?
Chapel Hill, or no, Rock Valley.
You'll be at Rock Valley?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys again soon.
Yep. Thanks. Good night, OJ.
We'll see
Chase,
you guys.
What's the biggest surprise so far have you seen just in general with the pulling? I know it's kind of, we're just getting into, basically the start of the season, but do you have a couple takeaways so far of the pulling season?
As a competitor?
Yeah, because we're not talking full pull anymore. We're talking just flat ass, you as a mini rod competitor, or just, being part of the Grand National Circuit and going to big events, Champions Tour type level events. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Just the overall temperature of the sport.
Honestly, the biggest thing that I'm excited about, pulling, I think, is in a great spot right now. The numbers and the highest levels of competition. I mean, every class is strong, but I'm not a diesel guy. I mean, not because I'm knocking anybody, but I just know V8s, supercharged V8s more. But the unlimited class is really, really awesome right now. And what I mean by that, there was 12 true unlimiteds. What I mean by true unlimiteds, like vehicles that couldn't run in any other class but unlimited at Tomah. And in my lifetime, the last 25 plus years, I don't remember the numbers ever being that strong for true unlimiteds. I mean, this is a question for the guys way smarter than me, but I would say the average the last 25 years of guys running that class is probably six to seven true unlimiteds at the most. Yep. There's 12 that are going to be there running every event this year. And the distances in that class, the top three within a few feet, I mean, that's not very common. That's common for a class like a mini rod or two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. But in that class, I don't know if I remember that in recent history. So that class is extremely exciting, along with all classes, though. And like I said, pulling from a competitive standpoint is in a great place. And not to get back on full pull, but that's why, we're even more confident, because the competition, the level of what the people participating, the level of people participating is, elite. So unlimited, I would say the limited class is my biggest, and they only ran once, but I can, Chapel Hill will be the same show again when they come back out.
Right. What are the dates on Chapel Hill?
July 21st, 22nd.
Okay.
That's the next outing for the mini rods, and actually that's the next Grand National pool, as a matter of fact.
Yep. There's basically almost a month off.
Yeah. And then from there it gets cranked up. From there, it's every weekend pretty well till Labor Day. So,
Cody, what's your so far this season? I mean, I know you've been to a couple pulls so far, obviously, besides the Pullers Championship. What are you hearing, seeing, feeling? What's the overall temperature where you've been?
It's been good. I mean, the only downside to it was Saturday night at Mountain City was a little bit light, just because it was 95 degrees with heat index, and it was hot as shit. So there was 5 people that got hauled away in an ambulance. So it was, other than that, I mean, Friday night, the crowd was spectacular. It was,
that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it was packed. But yeah, I mean, things have been good, and I think it'll continue to be good. I know Charles said that last week on the show that I think this is a year for big attendance. So kind of excited for that. But I know coming up here, I think this coming weekend I'll be in Osceola, Iowa for Jesse Geise's show, and then Rock Valley, and who knows what's in between. So
right. Yeah, Doug says crowds are bigger than everything we've attended, he feels, and I feel the same way. I know Dreyer said that was the biggest crowd they've seen in Tomah in years. It was, and Chase goes up there every year, and it was freaking packed. It's electric, Cody. It's electric when that place is full under the lights on Friday night. I still have goosebumps thinking about it. It's
prior to the rain settling in, because they did get the first class that started. I mean, there wasn't an empty seat in the venue.
Yeah. But that heat does scare me, Cody, a little bit. And I know that happened. And I saw the pictures from Mountain City Friday night. I haven't had a chance to really look at much on Saturday. I headed to Manila, Iowa, Saturday morning to announce for the Outlaws and help with Outlaw TV. So my Saturday was pretty much tied up driving down there and then getting everything set up. So, but it looked like they had a great crowd down there in Mountain City on Friday. So
yeah, it was pretty packed. And Tomah's on my list. I mean, there's always those bucket list polls you want to go to, but Mountain City's an hour and 45 minutes from my house. So it's one of those deals of it's a good show. Chris does a fantastic job down there. Everyone, the hospitality's great. It's hard to, I don't know, Tomah's got to be at least 6 hours or so from my house to want to go to something like that when you got a good show that's an hour and 45 minutes.
No, and that event deserves coverage as well, because Waggle gives me crap every year why I go to Tomah now, because Waggle was the first one to, like I said, give me a chance to announce outside of Wisconsin, Iowa, and I got to do Mountain City down there, and I met a lot of new people because of that. But Tomah is an hour from my house, and it's one of the biggest pulls in the country, so it's special. And as a kid, high school, it's something we went up to, because I did some interviews Friday night before I left, not nearly as good as Roger Federer, but I did some interviews walking up to some people and, grabbed some, young 20s, late teens, like, why are you here? We're here to see girls. I mean, it was just classic fun. They were having a hoot. I just laughed and laughed and laughed. So, but ever since I've seen these videos, Chase, that the full pull team made, I've been in a good mood because I know those are going to get shared and a lot of people are going to see them. And it's just, when Tyler Slaw says I'm pumped and I'm ready to go pulling right now, and Cody knows good video. And we just don't see that quality of video in pulling. It's expensive to make that kind of quality video in pulling. And, but now you've raised the bar and other people are going to try to chase it. So I love it. You're going to make everybody else step up their game. I love it. Love it. Love it.
We're like I said, we're just at ground zero. I'm not a book reader, but what happens? The little intro before chapter 1 that all books have. Any book readers out there? No, what's it called?
The preface.
Yeah. We're like the first line of the preface. So
yeah.
Colin Burkholz had a funny comment. Only Chase would have Morgan Wallen because he looked like Jesse Sampley, and then and Roger Federer. I can't find it. We've had so many comments tonight. I've been trying to put them up on the screen, but it was fun. A lot of fun. Tomah, yeah, I got Moose's comment. Tomah was so big Friday night, people on the pit side had to move the grandstands to sit. So yeah, that's a great sign for that event. Great sign for that event. So, well, we can start to wrap it up. I think people are starting to go to bed. We're 2.5 hours into this. Ever since OJ left, the crowd's gone down. Chase, I'm not sure. I think we're boring them.
It's pretty well the story of my life.
There's a reason you keep them around, right?
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely.
Cody, where are you going to be this weekend?
I'm going to Osceola, Iowa for Jesse Geisel's event at the Junction. Forgive me, it's the Junction. It's Osceola, Iowa. It's a PPL event, and there's a truck show. There's multiple days of events and going on, and I'm kind of excited because we all love nice, beautiful, big pearly trucks. So,
absolutely. Chase Richardson, what are you doing this weekend?
Just considering going to that West Kentucky State Fair after hearing about that. Honestly, I don't know. Probably chill, take it easy. Catch up on things I'm supposed to be doing.
Fair enough. I'm going to Oquawka, Illinois on Saturday for the FFA poll. We had them. They were our first guests tonight. Good friends of ours helped put that event on. Kevin and Corey Moore, they got a diesel mini rod, diesel compact tractor, a little red hooker. Been friends with them a long time. And then it's my 25th wedding anniversary to my beautiful wife, Sarah, on the 4th of July.
Congratulations.
So we're going to go play some golf and hang out. It's going to be nice.
She's a special lady. She can do that for 25 years.
She is going straight to heaven. Like Chase, like most people, they're going to stop and check for ID. They're just going to say, Mrs. Schultz, please proceed. Please proceed.
Yeah. I want to send her a gift.
I'll let you.
It's a sympathy card. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. A get well soon card.
She gets a lot of wow, you're a patient woman. A lot of comments like that, Chase.
I'm not gonna lie, like the red belt with a full pole shirt. I'm telling you, Jason, I text you that. Like that was on spot. I swear to God, she dressed you for that.
Nope, that was I was auditioning for OJ and the Samplies. I had to put my best. I put my best leg forward.
I was not the only one. I sent you the screenshot. Somebody else had texted me that. Like that's legit. So.
Oh, yeah. Did they really?
Yeah, I text you a screenshot of it. Like that was legit. So.
Well, you talked about running trying to listen, and there was so much good video I wanted to share tonight. And you guys are texting me, and I take an extra CBD before the show on Mondays. It helps me focus a little bit more. So it's all good. It's all good. Chase, just super excited after seeing the people that you have involved in this and the fan interaction. Louisville. It wasn't nerve-wracking. I mean, because, it is what it is. Like you said, this is going to happen whether you like it or not. But it's just going to benefit the sport. And then, like, the comments, like, I was more engaged than ever. And that's what you've talked about. And that's what people don't realize yet. With legal wagering, there are people that watch Division III college basketball games because they have $20 on it. Otherwise, you would not pay attention to that Division III basketball game. And I know that's probably a bad analogy, but what I'm going is it's going to bring more eyeballs to the sport, which ultimately will bring more sponsorship. That's the big picture. That's the small snowball that gets rolling is the eyeballs. And now NTPA, Outlaws, PPL, these polling associations can say, hey, listen, we got 10,000 people watching our live streams.
Yeah.
That's the stuff, you guys, that I am so giddy about. Just giddy. Love it, love it, love it. So Chase,
and I can leave you with this comment. And Jason, I know I really heckle you and give you a hard time, but you are an ambassador, whether I like to admit it or not, for the sport. And the power of mute button has never felt more than when you talk. But in all seriousness, prior to getting all this going and the process of all this starting, I was heavily involved in I don't know how many people know, but I was a college basketball Division I coach for 10 years. I got out of that industry 3 years ago, moved back home to go work with my dad full time. But college basketball, do you all know what the biggest sporting event in the United States is every year?
The Kentucky Derby, right?
No. Do you know, Cole?
It would be my guess is March Madness.
Well, there you go. The biggest one-day event is the Super Bowl. The biggest overall event is March Madness. And are you two college basketball fans? I mean, really? But do you watch every single game? Are you as big of a college basketball fan as you are a polling fan?
No.
Nope. You're not, right? So, no. But I guarantee you have filled out a bracket for March Madness at some point in your life every year, right?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And the reason people, whether they want to admit or not, the reason why March Madness, obviously the competition and the players and the games are great, but they're great all year. I mean, the conference tournaments are great. Games, November to early March are great. But the reason why March Madness gets more eyeballs and gets more attention than any sporting event in the United States is because brackets, and people fill out their brackets. They enter pools with their friends, their families online. We all have seen these grand prize, huge awards you can get for getting a perfect bracket. But to draw us back to what we're doing, that's the greatest sporting event. But it's the greatest sporting event as simple as this: it's because people fill out brackets, because they become engaged, because they have a stake in the outcome. And like you guys are not. I would call you below average, probably college basketball fan, but during March Madness, that first couple of days, you're pretty glued in because you have a bracket. So that same mentality and thought process is really being applied to what we're doing here. Again, we have our current fan base, and Doug made the comment that stands are full everywhere, and people are really enthusiastic about this sport, everywhere we go, particularly at the Grand National level. But, how do we get this mainstream, and how do we get this to be the greatest motorsport in the world, which we all think and know it is, and that's by getting our outreach to the outer world. So, I can draw the parallel to March Madness pretty easy, and the bracket concept, and then leave you with this. And I don't want to offend anyone by saying this whatsoever. I love animals. We have cattle. We have dogs. I'm an animal lover, but horse racing is not $1 billion industry because people like watching horses run in circles. And I don't mean that ugly, but it's not. So we're not horse racing. I think tractor pulling is way more cooler than horse racing. And obviously we're not going to be horse racing in terms of $1 billion industry anytime soon, and way further down the line. But having that stake and having that investment as a fan, and eyeball standpoint, we have the golden ticket in our hand right here as a sport and as a pulling community. And there's no other motorsport embracing this and doing what we're doing with this across the board. So, as the story, like I said, the preface, is that what's called, of the book is getting written right now. Each chapter is going to be very, very exciting, and we're all going to be happy where this goes. But it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen in 2023, but it's going to happen.
Well, just the optimism, Chase, talking to the leadership and pulling. I've never seen Greg Randall this happy in my whole life, and he's just pumped for it. I just think the anticipation, the optimism, it's there, and that gets you excited. And that makes you think outside the box, and it keeps you pumped up about what we got going on. Because running events, running associations is a ton of work. If you've never run an event or run an association or even been part of it, you would. It's insane. It's a full-time job times 3, especially in the summer. And kudos to everybody who does that. So
yeah. So sorry I got on a ramble there, but
no, that's what we want. That's what we want.
Draw those back. And again, any competitor or any person that would like to talk to me off air or privately, I'm very accessible. And I understand that everyone has their opinions and feelings and outlook, and everyone's entitled to that. So I'm not easily offended by anything, and I'm happy to communicate with anybody in the world. And I'll also let them know that mini rod class is the greatest class in pulling, Schultz.
I love mini rods right after diesel super stocks.
Yeah.
So
I also love mini rods.
They're the best. I love
them. Cody, I'm sorry. Cody.
Yeah.
What is the greatest class in pulling?
I am not gonna.
No.
Because
one class to see. Nope. You're not gonna answer it.
Cody has to sell pictures.
Because okay. I love several classes. So
yeah.
But I will say my first chance of getting shooting mini rods was last year in Farley. That was my first time shooting mini rods.
Yeah.
I was kind of addicted. I will leave you with that.
No, I'm just all pullers are great. All pullers are athletes and the best of the best. I'm not naysaying any other class, but obviously I have my personal opinions about mini rods, but we'll say that for another day.
Awesome. I'm going to remove our faces from the screen. I'm going to play the Adam Kester interview from Tomah from the Full Pull Studios there. Everybody have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time with Outlawed with Ron Stone. This Wednesday, we have our West Coast show and our Live with Lissetto on the Heartland division of the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Series. Please reach out to Chase Richardson with any questions, thoughts, concerns, anything you have. You can see his passion. I've been dying to get him on the show since he rolled this out in Louisville. Just needed some things to happen before he could really come on and start talking openly about Full Pull. But Full Pull is here. Everybody loved it in Tomah. The games are a lot of fun, and it's fun to play with all your people. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All the winners. Ideally, as this moves along, by the end of the summer, we all know some of these big events we're going to be at. We'll add a digit or so to that.
It's going to be free, too. I mean,
free
all season long.
Free, yeah. I agree. It's got to be 21 people. Full advance, 21 years old. Nothing else.
Well, it's been a really good start to the day today. We've got a really exciting session 5 coming up. So to kind of give you a sneak peek, we've been going around taking some footage. So if you weren't able to watch session 4 today, let's give you a quick 10-minute glimpse of what you missed. So can we roll that footage, please?
Where are you from?
Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin.
Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. What? How long does that take to get here?
2 hours.
2 hours, so that's a close one. Okay. What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The friends, the people.
Where are you from?
Boston, Wisconsin.
Boston, Wisconsin. What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The smoke.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Just watching like how much money is invested into these machines to make them go and work so hard. It's pretty amazing stuff. I like racing, and this is it's like racing, but it's just more about power and just in what when you look at horse pulls, I like horse pulls as well. So when you watch horse pulling as compared to tractor pulling, it's just amazing how far technology and everything's gone.
You like the power.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's your favorite class?
I really like the trucks, tractors. I'm going to see semis for the first time tonight. So each one brings a specific thing to the table as far as how they're built and everything like that. You know, 4-wheel drive trucks and diesel trucks and tractors and semis. You know, it's a whole different ball game for each. So it's really neat to see all of them in action.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
See them pull up. Bang!
Can you try to make your best impression of a sound of a tractor?
All right. Bang! Bang!
Boom! Can you give me your best impression of what a motor sounds like when it blows up? Boom! Can you do your best impression of what the sound is? No. Where are you from?
Sparta, Wisconsin.
Sparta, Wisconsin. What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The people, the crowd. It's exciting.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Super semi.
That's your favorite class?
Yeah, it is.
What do you like about it?
They're big. They're big and they do wheelies and they freaking twist.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Oh, what it does for the community.
The community?
It's fun to look at some of the tractors. They've got some marvelous combinations.
What's your favorite class of tractors?
Oh, probably the unlimited.
What's your favorite class?
Limited Pro Stock and Pro Stock.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The black smoke coming out.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Big motor, loud noise.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
Family-oriented fun.
Where are you from, Casey?
Kentucky.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulls?
Winning.
I'm from Tomah, Wisconsin.
So you're a local guy.
I am.
What's your favorite thing about tractor pulling?
The smell. Dirt flying. And the beer.
What's your favorite class out there for the pulls?
I'm gonna say the favorite class is give it. When them give it.